Bullet.
No, it's French. It's
ding
bouillette.
Yeah, ding dong. It's a bourbon.
It's a bourbon.
Is Nick a bourbon drinker?
He is.
Oh, yes.
It's good. It's part smooth, but also has a little bit of a bite.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not too
Oh,
much
do we
of
have
a
ice
bite.
out here?
Oh, yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
yeah.
we got a whole thing of ice.
I'm not
Must be
gonna
nice
do
to
that.
drink. I'm not drinking. Why? Because I'm pulling a U. I'm sober January, whatever month this is.
I have faith in you.
That's why you brought all this booze out here?
Yes, to get it out of my house. So I had.
Do I get to take it home to my house?
I get to stop looking at it. No, that's not part of the deal. All right,
It's
here
for
we go.
company.
I could be a cult leader. I could get people to follow me.
This episode of the
Jay John's Last Kicker
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
Welcome to the JJTM, where we S on your T's and C on your F's. We don't play with your E's, we straight F your E's with our D's. Hard. If you
This is
like to
old
C on your A, then you
Wales.
C to the P, because we Z all over your G with our B.
It doesn't even make any sense.
You told me to write something out real quick, so I did it. I don't know what to do.
JerryJonestownMassacre.com. This program contains
sounded like a
graphic
gun.
material,
I know.
including offensive language. Viewer discretion is
You guys
advised.
act up. I'm doing it.
I'm not going to take the bait here. I am not a racist, all right? I watch a lot of black porn. I mean, a lot.
Swaying back and forth. A beautiful thing taking me away. All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed. My extremities pulsated with tingling sensations.
Show number 296. I wasn't expecting it that fast.
You did it fast.
That was way fast.
Kind of quick.
It is January 6th, 2019.
I need to keep you away from Jennifer tonight because that was fast.
Fast. I'll just premature everywhere.
Bah! But you're letting it play now.
Yeah, we'll let it go. You just want to chill out?
Someone
Crank it
tell
back
us
up?
who this is. If you're a local music aficionado, is that how you say
I
it?
thought it was Pinkish Black at first.
No.
Then I heard the
You're
There's
vocals.
a major hint right there.
That's a major hint.
But someone tell us who this is.
If you know who it is, call us. 682-593-JJTM. On our one ball request line.
What's the other number in Spanish? Que se ese?
M1250.
Guess what? I'm back.
So, yeah. Happy Tuesday, Matt.
Happy Tuesday.
Your contract negotiations went well.
Yes. I'm a happy man now. I finally signed.
For
The
another
holdout's
year?
over. Yeah.
Or did you go long?
There's a couple of legal things that gotta get through.
Did
and-
things get settled with management? Y'all smooth it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Upper level management's happy. I'm
HR's
happy. HR's never happy.
all the HR
They're never happy.
stuff you're going through
Yeah.
was dismissed, swept under the rug.
Yeah, that whole intern thing. Yeah,
Ooh.
we've got that taken care of.
Ooh.
The locks were taken off your office door,
Yes, me running into boardrooms and jacking off has been taken care of.
and
You're
they've
still
removed.
insider trading, though, right?
Still, we're working on that
Oh,
still.
Yep.
All this money
Yep.
we have
'Cause that shouldn't be a crime.
Yeah.
shouldn't be,
'Cause
especially
not
when
everything's been come out into the wash yet.
when
has
you've
it?
made as much money as this podcast has. I
Mm.
mean, I deserve to wash money, right?
My advice to you right now is to sell on the short.
Yeah.
Hey, we know a financial advisor in the making.
Jesse, happy Tuesday though.
Happy Tuesday, Stubbs. I'm so glad you're here.
Dustin, happy
She
Tuesday.
got creeped out last week with me alone.
I didn't get creeped
Did
out
y'all
with
just
you.
stare at
Tuesday,
each other
Jesse.
a lot?
We did.
Yeah.
She sat in her chair and we just gazed in each other's eyes the whole time.
Yeah.
We had Mexican standoff with our eyes.
Staring contest?
Yep.
Oh.
Did y'all?
Make
Yeah.
for great radio.
You know who rules me in that is Michaela. I cannot win the staring contest with
She
my
could
daughter.
She could smell your fear. See, but no one was
Do it
here
again.
to make us
One
not
more
do
time.
it.
One more time.
Ready?
Ready? Go. God, you're good too. It's intimidating.
Stupid.
Hey, Dustin. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Jesse.
Stubbs. Happy Tuesday.
And happy Tuesday to our guest, Mr.
Yes.
Brian Breckenridge. How you
Second
doing?
time we've had him on.
Happy Tuesday to all.
Happy Tuesday.
It's been a long time, sir.
It has. About a year and a half.
Whoa.
It's like every
It's
time
been
we
a year
saw
and a
him,
half, really.
months.
we would see you bouncing around at shows that we were at, and like, man, we need to get him back on. We should go talk to him now. Yeah, we should.
And then you disappear.
And then we well, you would
And
disappear.
there's
Or we'd
Brian
disappear. I
Breckenridge
think the
for
last
those
time
watching
we
us
were
at
at
home on
the
YouTube.
was it Between the Buried and Me? We're like, hey, there's the comedian dude, Brian.
I've never seen Between the Buried and Me.
Yeah,
I'm a fan, but I was never at one of
Yeah,
those
you
shows.
were.
It was Neurosis.
Oh, is it the Neurosis?
Neurosis, Converge, and Birds in Rome.
Yeah,
I
that was
there.
it then. Oh,
I
okay.
remember a lot of the shows I've been to, and mostly the
It was at
lineups. I
that
just
venue,
Canton Hall.
Canton Hall, yeah.
Canton Hall.
It wasn't Between the Buried and Me.
No, because we went there for
That was shortly
show,
after,
too.
though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Same summer, I guess. It's last summer.
I really regret. There's one show I regret when I was like 19 or 20. I really wanted to go see Between the Buried and Me at the Red Blood Club. This was like
Jesus.
between the
RBC.
We played
first
there.
between the first
RBC.
and second albums.
In fact, I think that was
Place.
It was a great lineup too. Just I was totally into all the metalcore back
Yeah.
then, and those their first album was what I really, and that was their most like simplistic but still kind of proggy long song album. But it was their first one, so it was
before
pretty
Alaska.
raw. But
It was before Alaska.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
before Silent Circus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was
That-
on a German label and then got re-released through Victory when they got
Yeah.
started getting a lot of traction.
Didn't we play with Speakeasy and Ex Mobius and Steadfast at the Red Blood
And
Club?
Red Blood Club.
And it was
One
when,
night.
and it was there was a band that we liked that was playing down at the, not the Orbit Room, the Galaxy Club, because the Galaxy Club was still open. Like some band that we went down there, saw a band, and came back, and
That was the first incarnation of Red Blood Club? Then
Mhm.
they closed for a
the,
little bit and
the very
reopened,
first
right?
one.
It'll always
Yeah.
be Red Blood Club to me. You
Yeah.
put all the
Always will be to
RBC.
my-
RBC. I was just like,
Yeah.
you mean Red Blood Club? Yeah, the
Yeah.
place right next to Twisted Rip. Yeah, that's
Yep.
Red Blood Club.
It's been there
That's it.
forever. You young whippersnapper.
The place the drummer of Leftover Crack couldn't leave alive.
You know,
Mm.
I don't know where exactly he died, but that was like the last show he played. And
I was looking for the gun. I don't know where it's at.
is that the sound heroin makes? I don't know.
So there have been some changes in your life, I guess, as far as things you're getting involved in since last time you were here.
Sexuality?
Like it seems like I'm seeing
I'm discovering
Sorry?
myself. Yeah.
you discovering yourself. It seems like I'm seeing you all over Instagram and like promotional stuff.
Yeah, all
with
I gotta do is
comedy
make
and
the
stuff like-
profiles and just keep
Yeah,
blowing it out there. And
Yeah.
I'm so over. I hate Twitter.
you seem to be busy though.
Yeah,
That's good.
Keeps myself busy and
Yeah,
gets me. I need stage time, so might as well book the shows and get myself on. I'll book
Yeah.
me. That's fine, but also I go up first, so I'm like, it's weird trying to tell people come to the show. I'm a stand-up comic, but I'm like, don't like. Yeah, I'll go up first. You'll probably miss me anyways because people are fashionably late, which is something I hope we can stamp out in 2019. Because you're not fashionably late. You're just an asshole that can't. I have to be very organized to do all the things I do. I'm like, if the directions were correct, I would have gotten here at 7:15, but I missed one turn and it made me go around. But like, I'm
we were
very
wondering. We were like, where the
detailed,
fuck's he
oriented,
at?
organized, and
We were pissed.
I
We were,
get
God
every-
damn it, Brian's not here.
I got
yet.
here at
He's gonna be fashionably
7:31.
late.
7:31.
I think
know.
this whole
can't forget
fashionably
these
late
things.
bullshit is a DFW thing.
No, it's
I
not.
know that's a
that's a-
show thing.
It's a fucking
Doesn't matter what kind
LA
of show.
thing.
But you know, if you go up to like the clubs in New York, they shut the fucking doors. If you're not there, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
If you're not there when the show starts, you're done.
Really?
Yeah, no one's getting in.
You
It's
mean
set up.
wait? Okay, a
But then
local,
at
a
comedy
local.
clubs, at the comedy
I
clubs.
like comedy
okay.
clubs. I was
Yeah.
like talking about shows
In general.
Yeah.
Just in general, yeah.
What about that?
Especially-
You can go to New York and see a band. Late.
Oh yeah. You can come
Okay.
in and out. You can go in and out of that.
All right.
Yeah.
You get a stamp.
Which I get that. I kind of get that, but like if I'm at a show, I'm there for pretty much all the bands.
Did you, Brian? Let me ask you a question. Did you see this West 7th sinkhole shit?
I drove by it yesterday or last night, and because I needed to go down Carroll to go to the open mic, but my girlfriend showed me
What
that.
happened? What is this?
So
Have you not seen the picture?
I have seen the picture, but I haven't got any backstory. I didn't know a car fell into it.
we went there.
So it's the crosswalk right there at Velvet Taco, right there at the intersection of Carroll and 7th.
Yes. right there by the Montgomery Square.
There's
Yep.
a water line, and if you want a quick introduction into how cities work and how they place water lines, usually they encase
I guess I'm
them
getting
in
it.
sand
Yeah.
around them.
Whoa, what?
Like
The
they'll dig
water
out,
line will have sand around it?
Yeah, they'll dig out through the soil.
Okay.
And they'll make a little box, and then they'll put sand underneath it, run a water line
And
through
the
there,
box-
and then encase it in sand, and then put dirt back
Okay.
on top of it.
Now, this box is made of, like, reinforced steel and all
No,
that
there
shit,
is no
right?
box. It's
Oh, there's
just
no box.
a sand around it.
Okay.
Like in a square shape, in a
Okay.
rectangle shape, in a trench along the trench.
It's a dugout box.
dugout. Yeah. Over time, water and rain wash that sand out.
Which we've had a lot of this
We've
fall
had
and
a
winter.
lot of it.
And it's really bad over in West 7th. Like the standing and the flooding is just, it's really
terrible.
bad.
Doesn't drain well over there.
No, the Fort Worth Creekly. Remember me telling you about that?
The
So
Fort Worth Creekly.
Yeah,
that's
it's real bad.
that's what happened, and it created a pocket underneath the road, and it finally gave way.
Like a pocket where it's hollow.
Hollow.
Okay.
Mhm.
All the sand had washed away, so it created a pocket. And
A crevasse.
How far
And it
down did it
opened
go?
It's like, I don't know, 1.5 feet.
Yeah, it didn't like
Because it was a-
swell
it was a
car
water
hole
line.
or anything.
Yeah, it was a
Water-
water line.
water
So
line.
okay, so they put tape up and caution tape and slippery when wet things
There
and
was a lot
stuff
more
all
than
over
that
the place,
there.
right?
There's like
Oh,
fences.
No, there's like an
and
So
earth.
how
There
did
was an earth mover.
So
like
how
doing
did
some work
how did
and
a Lexus go
the
fall
front
into it?
the front
It
the
gave,
front tire?
Yeah, it gave out with that
Oh.
Lexus.
Oh,
Yeah.
it gave out
Boom.
when the car
Yeah.
was on top
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was the person okay?
little old lady. She's all right.
Is she good?
Yeah,
She
she's
good?
good. She good.
She had
She good.
billiards,
She
No?
good. Yeah, she's probably up at billiards, telling her story right now,
playing some poker.
playing some poker.
Ooh. I don't know. With
So,
Alexis,
yeah,
she's probably some seedy bar playing 8 lines.
Probably. She's probably
Well, that's
Obsessions
well,
on
you've
West
been,
Camp
You've been to
Billiards.
Texas Billiards, right? So good. No one died. I guess
no one died.
right?
No one died yet.
How much
It's
is
gonna
that?
take
What
weeks
do you
to
think that
fix.
cost to fix?
The telephone duct package runs right beside where that happened.
So it didn't fuck that up?
We were over there freaking out, looking around. And
Did it
it's
screw it
all right.
up?
No, it's all good.
Good.
It
I'm
didn't
glad
dig out, so.
your company is okay. Because I'd hate for them to have to pay for something like
I
that.
know. I'd hate for them to lose some money.
What do you think something like that costs to get taken care of, though?
I bet you
Is
it's
it
not-
over $500,000 to get all that?
I'd say 2.5.
$2.5 million?
No,
2.5
$250,000.
$250,000 to fix the whole intersection.
$250,000.
Yeah,
Well, we got money in the
250,000.
bond. We got the money in the bond on Secret of Mayo to get the roads fixed. So, meh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
But,
know.
I mean, it's all. Everybody was pointing fingers because there's so much stuff running through there, and the way they encase these ducts is with sand,
Mhm.
and
Which is dumb.
everybody's blaming it on each other. Was it the water department? I don't know. Was it the telephone company? I don't know. What about this telephone company? What about this cable company?
Does everybody?
everybody's shit's
Does it turn
running
into
right
a
through there.
litigation party where
Nightmare.
everybody's talking about suing each other?
Yeah,
Guys, let's just be. This is the government restaurant. We'll just split it 4 ways.
Yeah.
there we go.
I
But
bet you
this
that's
will-
how calm it was too.
This will go
You know
to
what?
some type of court, and
Someone will get the
in 4
bill.
years from now, everybody will forget about it. That's when it's in court.
Meanwhile, the poor
and
lady's
no one
like
will end up paying for it at all.
doesn't
Well,
have
I
a
mean,
ride.
she
She's got
has
an
a
Uber everywhere.
Lexus.
She's got an Uber everywhere now.
Oh, she probably had a backup Lexus.
They
think
probably
so?
paid for her car,
Duh.
but
She probably got it at
Who?
Autobahn.
Fort Worth, I guess.
well, that'll be something else. She's up shit creek for a while. She's not getting money right now.
It's gonna. She'll
I don't think she's probably
Possibly
hurting
be.
on it.
passed on.
She could be passed on by the time this goes to court and she gets her money.
Do you think
Dude.
maybe it messed with her ticker falling in that?
No.
Was she
I
in the
mean,
car when it
it's-
happened?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I think she
Okay,
was
wow.
Like, she
like
was- yeah.
cruising through the light, wasn't she?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
like
yeah. Turn
it
it
was like right there.
Oh yeah,
by the
because you wouldn't be
crosswalk.
able just to park there. Okay.
I mean,
I wonder if
some
she was
people-
giving a
Whoa.
road beach to someone. Imagine
Whoa.
that.
The rule of the road.
You have to. The city has to reimburse for someone's penis replacement.
She follows the book.
You can have your penis replaced now, right? Like if you get it chopped off in an accident, I'm pretty sure they could put it back on because of the bobbit thing.
I didn't watch
Right?
the Bobbit special the other
Well,
day.
if it was a little
Didn't
old
Bobbit-
lady, do you think she's
I was
like,
born in
Nana
1984,
probably took her
so
teeth out and was gumming
I
it.
don't. I
Sorry.
didn't follow that.
The bobbit thing?
That was in the
I know
90s.
about
Yeah, that
it.
was in the 90s. I
Wait,
think.
I
when
know,
were you
but-
born?
84.
But
Yeah,
that
me too.
I'm
It's
right
not like
though.
I followed up on it or cared.
Bobbit got his
Well,
dong
I
put
mean-
I
back
just
on,
heard the
right?
late night jokes about it.
I mean,
I think
yeah.
he got it put back on. I think
Yeah,
it was
he got it
severely
reattached.
jacked up, and they fixed everything.
I do
Blood
remember that
flow
he
and
was
everything.
in some pornos. not too
Yeah.
long after that.
Yeah, he got to ride that for a minute.
Are you serious?
Someone got to ride
Probably
it.
did.
Ooh.
So, did you notice what hat I got on, Dustin?
Your Dallas Cowboys hat. You're a fan now. You're
Mhm.
all in.
Yeah, all my gear's gone. I have a Deion Sanders jersey that I'm way too fat for, and this, like all my cowboy gear's gone.
You're
Make it like a
fan.
Zeke cutoff, man. Just fucking.
That's
Are you a
it.
fan or not?
That's what
That's
you do.
it.
Yeah.
That should be how, because there's.
God, that disturbs
I don't
me.
know if I'm going to be able to go to the to watch the game because Brittany and Leaf have this night out on the town or night out planned, and they said they planned it forever. And I promised, I was like, yeah, y'all can go out, have a good time. I don't care. I'll stay with the kids. Well, guess what? I didn't know the Cowboys were going to be playing
On a
in
Saturday in
on a
January,
Saturday
yeah.
night in
Well,
January.
because it was supposed to be a Sunday.
But
It's called Benadryl.
if I can pull it off,
Kids.
though, and have someone keep the kids, I might have to go get a cut off.
Why can't you watch it with
Dion,
the kids?
or not Dion.
Worst case scenario.
Just
'Cause
take them up there,
he says-
dressed up.
Well, it
No.
turns into a domestic
Stubbs-
violence situation.
Yeah,
and
Stubbs
a
has
lot
a
of-
really colorful language.
Oh, you can't watch sports like a gentleman.
Without no.
So you were
Or
at
even
that
just
game.
kind of like a human.
I
Let's
wasn't
talk
at the
about
game.
that.
So this game, I was sidelined the entire time because I was out there doing double duty, shooting the dancers and the girls, the cheerleaders, and it was ridiculous. The place was packed early, which is great. There
Was it
hasn't
the
been a
loudest
game-
you've ever
Yeah.
heard?
I saw the video of
It
people
fucking-
running into the stadium. That was
So it
that
was
it
louder than the
hurt.
Green Bay game?
last year?
It was
Yeah.
louder than that?
It hurt.
2 years ago, actually.
Or 2 years ago. Yeah, it hurt. There was so
That's what
much
everybody's
pressure.
saying.
It was like,
Did you
oh
wear
my
white?
God. No, I was in full black.
Well, that's not what Jerry requested.
Well, I'm also working, and when you're in full black, you tend to disappear.
You should have gone full white.
Until I had to put out the fucking brown
Hey, where's your
tan
Colonel Sanders suit, man? Come on.
Oh, you had to
vest,
put on your
photographer's
thing.
vest, and I was like,
With
oh, this
blue
doesn't work at
cowboy
all.
frill. Come on.
The vest is
Like
that
the
you got to
Tarrant
wear
County
is the
tan?
tan color, right?
Yeah, tan,
Tarrant County tan.
Tarrant County.
So,
tan.
did you see the footage of all the people hauling ass into the stadium?
That happens almost every game.
It
but
happened-
this time there was so much.
I was
so
out
many
there.
people there early that they went nuts.
I went to the opening game against the Giants,
Uh-huh.
where Eli signed the fucking locker room.
Yeah.
Uh,
And those two people had sex in the bathroom.
yeah. Well, was that game that
Uh-huh.
it
It was
happened?
the very first game.
Which I never recommend doing. That party pass thing is a beating at a big game like that because you get up there to where you want to watch the game. If you're lucky enough to do that, which my dad and I were, the problem is there's no getting out of that thing
No.
when you're stuck there. So me and my dad were like,
You could like pray for a pit to break out.
our back started hurting and everything, and then we lost that game. But anyway, the same thing happened. It was like a cascade of people when they opened up the doors. Everybody hauled ass in like that.
Because they're trying
It's-
to get to a good party pass place. The best place, if you have a party pass, is on the Silver Club level
Mhm.
where the Miller Light landing is. It's where
Is that where the
it's
glorified stripper poles are at?
yeah the
Where
drummers,
the drummers
stand
stay up there and the dancer
and
does?
the EJ
Yeah.
DJ EJ's up there in his big DJ booth. That's the best place to go for.
In the actual DJ booth
up
up
there.
in that perch is probably pretty cool.
Up in the drum perches is freaky.
I bet
'Cause
it
I've
is.
shot up there, and the safety bars are bent.
Yeah.
So it throws off your depth perception of where you can stand, and especially when you're not really paying attention, you're holding a camera, shooting video and stuff. And there's a couple times I nearly fell off.
How badass do you think it would be to watch the game from the video display, like up at the top of that thing where you see everything?
That's where the snipers are.
Yeah, I know. I bet you that's got to be a cool place to watch the game.
Yeah.
It looks like not Tecmo. What was the game that you were on the top view? Was it?
10
It wasn't
yard
Tecmo
dash.
Ball, was it? Was it 10 yard?
10
Or
yard-
John Elway?
Wait,
Was it John Elway?
10-yard fight.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
the original
10-yard
football.
fight.
Yeah,
And you actually had a top view.
yeah.
So what? I wonder if it's like that.
Could be. I was in that drummer perch when I got my kidney stones.
Up top there?
I was up there in
You're like,
that,
"Oh!"
and I had to crawl my way back down.
Did
Yeah.
someone help you down?
Oh, well, I got to the employee elevator, and they took me down. But then that's when I was crawling along the wall to get to the locker room, and I just fell down.
You
on
were
the floor in
begging
the
for
locker room.
morphine to be shot into your neck.
No, I was
Right
I was
here.
begging for death.
Right
Just
here.
kill me.
Jack kill me.
Kill me.
Jack kill me. Jack kill me. Jack kill me. Jack kill me.
That's exactly what I was saying. But this game, man, there's a lot of weird shit that happened because you're not even
What do you mean?
Halfway through the first quarter,
Then you have a broken.
and you see the most graphic injury we've seen since
Yeah,
Joe Theismann.
yeah.
Jeez.
What was crazy, and I don't understand, is Joe Buck, when they were going to break, you didn't see this because you were on the field and seeing it. Did you watch the game?
I sent y'all
I
messages.
only watched part
What
of it.
about you, Brian? Did you watch the game?
Some here and there.
So when it happened, they were going to break,
Mhm.
and Joe Buck goes, "Oh," like you could tell it was really bad,
Mhm.
and he goes, "We're not going to show this."
Right.
But immediately, within
blur
2
it.
minutes on Twitter,
Oh, it's everywhere.
it was
Oh,
everywhere.
it was
yeah.
everywhere. No, like my mom said that they played it once, and then they're like, "We're not gonna show that again." That they actually did show it the replay,
Which
and
is
it
weird because
showed
I was
it.
watching and I missed it.
Well,
I was
and that's
watching
what
the TV.
that's what people captured, and so then
That's
they
what
were
was
like,
on Twitter.
So I was standing by the group of girls on that end, and I
When
was
it
shooting
happened?
them when it happened. It was on the east end, and when it happened, I was watching the play, and I saw him fall, and I saw him kind of start rolling around, but then you hear 100,000 people behind you go, "Oh," like this, like everybody's sick.
Like they're gonna throw up.
Yeah, the stadium got quiet, and we could hear him yelling in pain
Yeah.
on the field. And like I looked at the girls, and was like, "Holy shit!" And they have to get on.
Yeah,
one
it was
knee.
really weird because
And
the
he took
play
his helmet
before
and
it was
chunked
was Beasley, and he had a funny hit that looked like he was more injured than the Hearns hit.
Yeah.
The Hearns hit didn't look that hardcore. It was just
Beasley's
a-
hit looked hard.
Yeah, and so you had bam, bam.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't fun. I don't like that. That's the worst part of football.
Well, like when we.
"Well, it's real
that's-
fucking hardcore in basketball."
Oh yeah. Did you see there was a UFC
Ugh.
dude
Yeah,
that had it happen this
shattered.
weekend too?
Yeah.
And
Saw that.
his was he was laying on his back, and he was obviously in shock. He was opposite of Hearns and was just going like this with his leg just dangling,
Oh,
going
down,
like, "Hey
straight
guys,
down.
That's
Hey.
the little bit I caught.
You guys
want
wanna get some tacos?
Injury was, I think it might have been something like a GIF for video online. I was just like, and I saw just a little bit of it dangling, and I turned away. I was like, no, can't look at this.
no, I know it's hard. It
it's
makes
like-
my knees
I
hurt."
don't,
like,
I don't like
that-
that.
Your foot might go like, because it's your foot and it's
Yeah.
attached to bones and tendons. But that was just like, that's
Yeah.
relaxed in a way
Oh,
in a
man.
place that should
Makes me feel like I got to go TT.
Well,
Ugh.
the big Vidya board they got in there.
They said the bone was protruding too.
it may have been, but they went to just a graphic of just like.
Dancers and
We'll
stuff.
be back, folks.
Go to Dion highlights.
Yeah,
Everybody
Dion.
likes
Play
him.
something. Play some of that Michael Irvin.
Yeah,
We're in the fight. Come on, let's win.
in this fight,
Yeah. And
closed.
then
Ticket.
what was cool, and I don't know if they showed this on TV, was once they got him, it took them forever to get him in a
Oh,
car.
yeah, it was
'cause
a
they
long
booted
time.
his leg and wrapped him, and then they.
I think they do that because infection is like they got to keep all the
Oh.
stuff there. You know, the bone marrow can't
His
be
guts
leaking
may
out
leak
everywhere.
Put it in milk.
So they put him in the.
Throw some monkey blood on it.
Shit. They put him on the cart. Yeah, there you go. They put him
I
on
don't
the
wanna
cart.
see it.
No, it's just his. No, it's
And
just
I've-
where
Oh,
his
the
shoes.
X-ray.
No, it's from the other angle, so you can just see where
Oh.
his shoes backwards.
I've never
I'm
seen.
not leaning any more forward just so I can
I've never
be
seen
like,
this happen.
I'm just going to pretend that I'm just seeing a guy on the ground.
Of course,
That's what it is.
the
Oh, his
entire
shoe's
Cowboy
sideways.
sideline walked out
Yeah.
and gave him 5 and stuff. But
Yeah.
then the entire Seattle sideline came over.
Hell yeah.
And, made sure he was all right, gave him 5 and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've seen both teams go out there and make sure everything was good.
Who was that player
It
for
was a whole
Seattle at the
team.
beginning of the season that wanted to come to Dallas that was pissed off because they hadn't signed him yet, and as they were carting him off, was just flipping off Seattle?
Oh, shit.
He was like, "Fuck
I
you,
forgot who
fuck
that was.
you,
Yeah.
fuck." What?
forgot.
How wild would it have been if Hearns just came with that? Was like,
Turned to
"Fuck
Seattle?
you." No, to Dallas.
Oh, to
I was like, "Fuck you, fuck you."
well, then
that'd be weird because the playoff game and he's done some things, I guess. But
He's kind of a utility player,
Yeah.
from what I've heard. Like he
Yeah.
does everything, and he's a big leader in the locker room. That's what really sucks.
So then, right before the half, you had Seattle's kicker Janikowski
Stubbs
tear his
pull his hammy,
labia's up.
pulled the hammy.
He pulled a hammy. And
We've
he's
had that
done.
happen out here.
And the next thing I know is in the middle of the halftime routine, which this week was the cheerleaders and the DCRB and the young dancers. I'm sitting there shooting, and all of a sudden I notice Russell Wilson's out there holding the ball, and I'm like,
And he kicked too during halftime.
what the hell is
They
that?
had
Yeah.
to decide who was going to.
Then he
take
went and
this
kicked a
on.
ball, and I was like, what is going on? It was so distracting because the cheerleaders are all dancing and stuff, and he's
Yeah.
over there.
Well, here's
Why
what's
is
weird.
Russell Wilson kicking a
Here's what's
football?
really weird. I heard one of the sports stations say, what if at the end of the game it came down to Russell Wilson holding the kick for Seattle and he fumbled
missed
it. Like Tony Romo did in
6.
2006, was
Yeah.
it? How weird would that have been?
That would have been awesome.
That was a good football game, though.
It was decent.
It was cool. That was the most entertaining football. The Eagles one was just kind of. I'm sick of these two teams. Like they did nothing for my football. Boner. You know, nothing.
Capital
But
O.
the Dallas one was entertaining, no matter how you look at it. And there was so many weird things going on under. Like you said, there was so many weird things, weird storylines to the game to follow. You had the Hearns thing. You had.
The kicker.
Janikowski.
Why didn't
You had-
Janikowski just try to kick with his right foot like a normal person? I mean, come on, you're a kicker. Why aren't you working out both legs?
You should.
Huh?
Is he the
Do I have
most?
to revolutionize football just single-handedly?
He's such a rad football player, though. Like, is there?
Any
He's
jacked
weird.
or old
Is
or
he-
both?
Is
Who's
if,
the jacked kicker? There's a really jacked kicker in the league. For the
Oh
last
yeah,
few
there
years.
is.
Yeah,
There is
it wasn't
one.
him because he's
Okay.
a doughboy.
But this
he's
guy
kind of fat and old, right? I
Yeah.
mean, he's earned it because he's
is Janikowski the
Raiders
most
forever.
likely to have looked at Pornhub while he's on the sidelines of
Yes.
an NFL football game?
Yes, no question. Ian, he is.
He has to. I bet you. I guarantee you, he has before. I don't know if he's rubbed one,
I don't know.
but what?
He has.
You got
pulls
some
that-
inside information.
He pulls
Like
that
during-
tent
When nobody's
over
getting
Yeah,
injured,
during the game.
somebody's got to use that tent.
He
He's
pulls
got
the
the
injury
tent.
tin.
And Janikowski's still in concussion protocol. It's been
He's in the tin alone.
he's in the tent again.
Oh, now he's
They've already
pulling it
cleared him.
back.
Now he's back out.
And he's
Look at-
glowing.
Looking very relaxed.
He's got toilet paper
Very
stuck to his
relaxed.
jersey.
And glowing. Were you watching it with the New York Seattle Seahawks fan?
No, well, okay. I didn't want to get into this because it's kind of embarrassing. Guess what Brittany's main gift from me for Christmas was? Like, she put it on her list too. Was a Russell Wilson jersey
To you?
to her.
Oh.
Did you get it for her?
Yeah. And she tried to put that thing on. And I was like, no.
You got her a counterfeit one, right?
I was like, okay, I'm all about getting you these jerseys. And guess what she wants now? She still wants the Drew Brees one. And I was like, absolutely 0% chance now. Now it's real.
Wait, who?
It's real now.
A Leaf wants these?
No, Leaf already has one. She already has
okay.
Russell Wilson, but Brittany decided to get
No,
one.
I was talking about were you watching it with a Leaf?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I was at the house. I was still suffering.
Oh, yeah, they were out
I was
running
still
around.
kind of sick.
You had the AIDS?
I
Yeah,
still
you're
kind of had AIDS.
You didn't want to inflict it upon everybody.
But yeah, Brittany apparently was going for the Seahawks closetly. That has to be influence from her Muslim mommy.
Are they on the same cycle?
They gotta be.
Whoa.
That's how when women hang out enough,
Whoa.
they
Yeah. No, I know.
yeah.
They
Y'all
have
aren't supposed to
sister
talk
cycles?
about. Y'all aren't supposed
Is
to
that
talk about
real?
Jess, you didn't know those? I was
Yes.
tied into football fandom.
Yeah, no.
It makes the two women become fans of the same football team.
I know about sinkage. Believe
Cycle
me.
sisters.
What else syncs up?
Oh, when the Cowboys lose,
West
though,
Seventh.
there are
Yeah.
millions of men immediately on their period that following Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good
there are.
tie-in. Thank
I
you,
work
Brian.
with
I have
one.
it during
It's
the
funny.
game. Like I go through my period
Multiple.
during the game.
You,
During the
it's-
A
Cowboys.
year's
no,
worth of
your-
periods in one.
No, yours sounds more like it's probably like
It's a
full
period.
blown PMS, like
It is.
before when you're
It's
just
rage.
like,
I think it's PTSD from being a kid.
I don't
Your
think
dad yelling at you.
probably where it came
Stabs
from,
giving.
man.
Stabs.
Oh, Tom
giving.
would get pretty pissed
My
during some football games.
Whoa.
my dad would.
Boy, he
get
hated
mad.
Danny White. My dad couldn't stand Danny White.
I had a Danny White jersey when I was a kid.
He went
Take
to a
that,
lot of
Dad.
playoff games.
Yeah. So fuck your dad.
Whoa,
Whoa.
oh man. But I bet that was badass being out there.
It was a fun game. Afterwards, I hated it. I hated
Trying to get
leaving
out and all that.
because
And all the doucheness.
everybody was drunk. Everybody got drunk, and nobody
It's
left.
a big deal, man.
They
We
just
haven't
started
won a game
No.
a playoff game in
Do you think
forever.
people went over to Texas Live afterwards and blew all their money there?
Probably on what? You can go broke just ordering a thing of ribs.
No, we were talking.
Is there a casino over there?
No, we were talking about Texas Live on the last show.
Oh, I still haven't been.
I live
No.
right near there, but
Texas
I've
Live?
Have
not
you?
been,
You
yeah.
haven't been? Yeah.
I haven't either.
See,
Like if I'm driving home from like Dallas, I exit Ballpark, drive
Maybe-
right by it to get home, and
maybe
Never
that's the
pulled
only
over.
way that we're gonna
Right.
be able to go is if it's the three of us and we maybe do a on location thing. Ooh, yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, well, it's next on the list, isn't it?
What, the boat?
Oh no, we got to talk
Oh
about
no.
The Kaboo? Is
the
that the
Kaboo,
boat?
Texas.
What's Kaboo, Texas?
Are you talking about
Have
Jerry
you- I was
Jones?
wondering if you've
Jerry
heard about
Jones'
this.
massive
No.
freaking.
No, I
his,
threw on, that's
boat
why I
that
moved
he
the
bought.
boat. I moved the boat.
Did you
thing
see
up.
that?
Yeah,
He
I
named
saw
it
the
after
boat.
his wife.
The
Eugene.
Bravo Eugenia.
Yeah, yeah, like that's and it apparently it's been in the making for a while.
Bravo means two, right?
It does,
or
doesn't
B.
it?
B Eugene.
Bravo Eugenia. Have you seen a picture of it?
Yeah.
It looks like you could like take a small craft off like a runway at the begin at the front of it,
Hold on.
like a Chinese aircraft
Let
carrier.
me shoot him a text message real quick and see if we can.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry.
I think his number's still in here.
can we record our podcast on your boat, sir?
Please. can we come over there?
109 meters.
I don't
with-
like
but
your
it,
name.
no, well, and it's got two helipads.
Yeah, two helipads.
That's why. So it really does kind of have the capacity of.
Did you hear them saying on the ticket this morning that he's going to keep it at like Lake Dallas or something?
No, he's not.
Lake Louisville? No, they think he's going to
For
keep it
those
out
on
in
the
Southern
YouTubes?
California. That's badass.
Yeah, look at that.
It's a 30
that's a
30 crew,
motherfucking
a
boat.
30 man crew, right? Is what they said.
That's the same one they used in Entourage, right?
30 man crew.
30-man crew. So that means you got to have room
Yep,
for those
30
bastards to
person.
sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep up to 14 people and is taken care of by a 30-person crew.
That's 14 guests, I bet.
2
There's
employees per guest.
But
Yeah.
they're not all on the boat at the same time.
Half of
No,
those
they
have
probably
to be
all
think
stack
so?
up.
No, you got shore crew, too, to take care of the boat.
Whoa.
Okay.
Maybe it's a little crew, not a short crew.
He said
A
shore.
crew.
Oh.
So this Kaboo, Texas, has been advertised at the stadium for months, and I've been meaning to bring it up to the show.
What the
have
fuck
you
is
heard
that
about
name?
this?
No, obviously
all?
I haven't. If I'm all like, what the fuck's Kaboo? K-A-A Boo?
Kaaboo.
KASA.
This is North Texas's second destination music festival,
What?
behind Fortress Fest.
3 days of music and comedy perform. Oh, was Steven Tyler?
Out.
No. Those are old pictures.
Well, obviously it's Steven Tyler.
So this festival has started up. It's owned by Virgin. This is a Virgin festival, and they're making it a. They want it to be like.
It's
that
supposed
the
to be a
Death
bunch
Star?
of goddamn British comics on there. Okay.
No, they actually have done really good. They want this to be like the Coachella.
Is it at the
Texas.
Death Star?
At the Death Star.
It is.
It's going to be May something.
10th through the 12th.
There you go. May 10th through the 12th. Now I wanted to see what you think, because I'm not going to attack Fortress Fest, but we haven't had a super huge headliner at Fortress Fest yet, have we? Like
Well,
this.
tomorrow the rest of the headlines.
The rest of the headline, but we
Oh,
already know who
tomorrow?
the headliner is. It's Leon Bridges.
I know, but we find out who the rest of the lineup is.
Yeah, that's true.
And
but
then
Headliner B.
I'm
headliner
talking like
C.
a grade A superstar band hasn't
Yeah.
played
Like the White Stripes or
Fortress Fest.
like
no,
or
no, not
the
yet.
Black Keys.
So I got the
They're a festival type headliner
band,
Band,
lineup
right?
for last year's in
Is that-
San
They
Diego.
haven't, they haven't announced
for
anything.
the Kaboo. So this is
Yeah.
a touring.
No, there's 3 spots
No.
they do it. They do it in San Diego, now Texas, and the Cayman Islands.
Is it? It's not the one that they get everybody get
No, no,
frauded.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no.
That's
did you
Fire
see?
Fest.
Cisco. Yeah,
Did
Fire
you see
Fest.
about what happened with that guy?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Isn't there a book coming out
dead.
about that or something?
he's dead. No, he's.
I
gonna be
hope there's a
paying out of his
movie and add
butthole.
in
gotta
James
be a
Franco, because I think he needs to be a part of the Firefest
I feel-
movie.
Get
yeah.
riffraff
So,
involved.
what I like to do is I like to
mullet.
start on these lineups. I like to start with the little font,
Yes.
but I'm not going to go to the super small font. I'm going to go about the medium font on here, because there's about 60 bands that are going to play this thing. And this is last year's, to give you an idea of what could be announced.
This
here
is
for
last
this
year's
year.
in San Diego.
In San Diego.
So this has not been announced.
Wait, so there wasn't
to-
one.
And I want all y'all to say.
Has it been announced yet
No,
for
it
Dallas?
hasn't. Not
Okay.
for Dallas. But I want to hear y'all say yes or no. When I say,
Can I ask you one
would
more
you like me to
question?
start with comedy or start with music?
Start with comedy.
Can I ask you one more question then before you get into it?
Yeah.
This has not happened in Dallas before.
No, this is the first
Okay.
time.
Okay.
So comedy, we're going to start at the bottom here with Pauly Shore,
The Wheeze.
Nikki Glazer,
All right.
Pete Holmes,
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon.
Oh, yeah. Love Kevin.
Kevin's great. Whitney Cummings,
Mm.
Chris Hardwick,
Yeah.
Craig
Wait, Chris Hart.
Robinson.
He's the
nerd.
Walking Dead
nerd
guy,
comic.
right?
Yeah,
The
he was
Talking
the
Dead.
he was the
Talking-
guy
Talking
that is
nerd.
ex.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some kind of
That is
hashtag Me
ex-
Too thing.
Yeah,
came
but
on,
then
didn't it?
he apologized. It got all better.
Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
And then the three big ones across the top here are Nick Offerman,
Mm-hmm.
Eliza Schlesinger,
Dallas.
yeah, and Craig Ferguson.
Okay.
Craig Ferguson, huh?
Fun fact: Dave Stone on Laughter Mask Off made his TV debut on Craig Ferguson and opens up for him.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
that's right.
That
That's right. Yeah.
Foreshadow.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadow, yeah.
Mm.
So here we go with the bands, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna start in the middle.
Metallica.
I'm starting in the middle, lower font. Candlebox.
I saw them. I saw
I
them
didn't
at
mean to treat you bad. When they got
somewhere-
booed for opening
Deep
up for
Ellum Live?
Metallica instead of
No,
Alice in
they
Chains.
opened somewhere in Deep Ellum. I remember that. Like in
Remember that?
2001, 2002.
Yeah, that was about.
Hey.
No,
Maybe
this was the
2003?
90s. when I
Question.
saw 'em.
No,
Do you
but
remember
like
when they filled in for Alice in Chains and got booed off the
Got
stage?
Totally booed off the
Yikes.
stage.
Okay.
The English Beat.
Never.
The
played.
Zombies.
Again?
Uh,
Every festival that rolls through here has the zombies.
Didn't they play
This
Levitt
isn't
Pavilion?
here though.
Yeah.
This was
Remember,
last year. This was
is last.
this was
Yeah.
last year in
okay,
Del
my
Mar.
bad,
Right,
my
this
bad.
is last year in
My
Del
bad.
Mar.
Okay, yeah. My listening ears weren't on.
Yeah. Soul Asylum.
Oh man.
Runaway train never
Okay.
coming back.
Please
One-
keep
one of
doing that
Matt's
because that's gonna be like, what did they? And
What
if
they
you
do?
can just jump in with that,
Okay.
that would just be
Everclear.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Oh, they had a few hits, but yeah.
Hey, didn't they have a song
I'm
about a
still
black
living with
girlfriend?
your
This is
girl.
my black
Yes.
girlfriend.
I think so.
Whoa.
The Wailers.
No, I promise.
The Wailers.
Okay.
I saw them open for 311.
There really is a Everclear song about a black girlfriend. I promise.
Get off of it.
What a racist. Better than Ezra.
Huh. Good. Good.
Wow.
Good.
Oh, shit, okay.
Good.
Yeah,
Wow.
Terrible.
That's good.
Out of nowhere.
So far, I'm out.
War.
Okay, I'll do some war. I'll
Oh.
do war.
As in, like, why can't we be?
Same
like,
with the
Yeah.
movie called
Mhm.
War and the band called War. You do not accurately represent what war is through
Right.
your artistic medium.
This is where the font gets a little bigger.
The font
and
gets
a
just
little
bit-
bolder.
Okay.
The All American Rejects.
The
God
only other
damn
good
it.
thing to come out of
No.
Oklahoma, other than 35
These
South.
are all the
Oh.
same type of bands. By the way, time out.
No, it's
TLC.
not.
Wait,
It's
wait,
gonna-
wait. Let me
Wait,
stop
no,
you down real quick.
TLC.
They cannot play.
Without Left Eye.
All right, I gotta ask you
Hologram
something.
left eye.
You guys do Twitter much?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Twitter
Unfortunately.
freak. Did you guys see that thing last week? The troll of the Woodstock 2000 or the Woodstock 99, and the guy was like doing a play-by-play on all the bands, and one of them was
That's
All American
genius.
Rejects, I think, and he was like,
Yep.
"Oh no, it wasn't All American Rejects. It was
Yeah,
the one that
that
does it was Lit. The one that
Oh
did
God.
the
My own worst enemy.
My Own Worst Enemy."
Yeah.
And he's like going on like the commentary is so funny. It was like talking about his nipple ring and everything. Like, look at his.
Was he watching it or just making it all up?
Was he
as
watching
went
the
along?
He was.
DVD
He
or the
obviously was going back
footage?
through it and trolling the whole damn show like it was
That's
happening
genius. I wonder if like MTV Live showed it or something.
He was mining the past
then.
for
It was-
content.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was. He was. But it was
Awesome.
all. It was all fucking good, great comedy. Like at first you're like, what is this? And the thing was, you have a good Twitter thread or Twitter bit going when you have like 16 parts and you see it and you just immediately jump down this rabbit hole. And next thing you know, you've looked at this Twitter thread for like an hour. And that's what happened to me. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
have anything going on because I was sick.
Right.
But I seriously, then he goes on to like Candlebox. Like he goes through almost every band that
You s-
played that day.
Box was in '99.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought
But you still-
okay.
The Woodstock.
still have,
he
Not
was,
like-
the Woodstock 2 that was in the
He
disaster.
still has 3 more
no,
sizes
the one,
of font
the one
to
where
go
Trent
through.
Reznor was in.
94. That's Woodstock 94.
Which one did all
This-
of the Lit play?
There was 99 too.
It was
and that was the one
99.
when-
It was the
Too
it was
much.
The horrible
They
one.
played too much.
That's
They
the horrible
did.
one.
The 99 one. That's the
Nine
one
Inch
he
Nails played
did.
in 94.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 99.
Oh, this
okay.
does not
'Cause-
matter.
Yeah, because Limp Bizkit was
Yeah.
in it too.
Yeah, that's the 99.
That
That's
was
the other one.
99.
And it was basically a commentary about the doucheness and how horrible it was. And
the other
Why
was
people would
badass.
be
he started
rioting
talking about
because
Scott
it was so
Stapp,
terrible.
the singer from Creed's outfit and everything. And the guy literally, he was dressed in a denim shirt with the sleeves rolled up. Like, this is really what Scott Stapp was wearing in the
Stop
show.
it.
Denim shirt tucked in with these like big fat jeans and these like Timberland boots on. Like, he was the worst.
Okay, I want to get through the rest of this.
Sorry.
All right, Stone
Yeah.
Temple Pilots.
Nah.
Melissa Etheridge.
They didn't play last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did.
STP
Okay.
did? Didn't he die
They're-
before that?
They're touring with someone else singing now. They've been doing
Because
that
he
for
died
like
in
3 years now.
2015, didn't he?
Yeah, I think they had a guy on standby anyway. It's probably his backup
Yeah, you
singer.
do
You've
that.
seen Rockstar, right?
They had someone in the bullpen for sure.
Big Boy,
Backup Waylon. As in,
That's
like,
the dude from Outcast, right?
like half of Outcast.
The
Yeah.
one we.
Nelly,
The other one.
The other
What?
one.
Nelly,
Yeah,
Cake,
Yeah. What?
This is not boding well.
Jimmy Eat World,
Whoa.
So far I'm out.
Hey, Jimmy Eat World.
Blondie.
They're
Blondie.
all right.
And it's in that size font? Blondie's in that size font?
Because
Get
of-
fucked.
Are you to the big font yet?
Kabu.
Jewel.
No,
Jill.
All right, the font gets a little bit bigger.
Okay.
Billy Idol,
Nah.
Alice in Chains,
There we go.
Slash with
Okay.
Miles
No.
Kennedy,
Getting a little better.
Gucci Mane,
I'm sorry?
Gucci Mane,
the original
that-
face tattoo.
the original face.
Okay. I
Earth,
thought,
Wind, and Fire.
Before sound. What?
okay.
Then we get to the second size font. Incubus, Nerd. I'd go for Nerd. That'd be
Nerd would
fucking
be cool.
Badass. Wiz Khalifa,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Post Malone,
Okay.
Halsey.
Housey?
Yeah,
Who's that?
that girl, Halsey, whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
Halsey, whatever. And then the big giant font are the headliners for each beat. Would it be
Metallica.
Robert Plant,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
But who's that? What's that small?
the Sensational Space Shifters, his traveling band.
Oh, his new. Okay, yeah.
Katy Perry,
Hmm.
No reaction.
no reaction at all. Just.
Matt's favorite
That was my
headlining Saturday night was Imagine Dragons.
favorite.
How many days off your life to never hear an Imagine Dragons?
I can't
song
get
again?
away from it because that's Michaela's favorite band.
That's so terrible.
It's your fault for having kids. Then
Yeah.
you don't get your. You can keep your. You can keep your brain safe from.
It's your burden.
Bad
That's
music.
your
Do
responsibility.
you ever walk up to her with the pillow and then
You
just set it behind her
listen
head?
to Dillinger.
Imagine sleeping forever.
Dillinger Escape Plan.
She can show up in her wizard robe.
She loves that song.
I know she
She
probably
sings that at
does.
the
top
oh,
of
I'm
her
so
lungs.
sorry. Do you need me to come
Thunder.
scare your child?
Bum, 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 bum.
Thunder.
Do you need me to come scare your child?
And the headliner
Okay.
for Sunday night, the Foo Fighters. So,
Who's that?
are you in?
I would go to the last night,
So
the
that
last
was last
hour.
year. That was last year in California.
Much like I
California.
did when I went to ACL, I showed up the last afternoon, caught Phanogram, Lord,
Oh, God,
and
she's
Pearl
hot.
Jam, and the Carpenters.
So that Kaboo's like 2 weeks after Fortress.
I have a crush on the lead singer of
So-
Pentagram.
I would
at-
probably do the same thing at this. I would show up late in
Sherry
the
World.
day, probably right around the time old Posty started playing. I'd show up.
The first year, the headliners were the Chili Peppers, Pink, Tom Petty, and Muse.
In on all those.
And then the second lower,
So their goal is to get suckier as they
that's
go.
what it seems. The next co-headliners every night were Weezer, Jane's Addiction, Ice Cube, Alanis Morissette, live garbage.
So this is right on
That
the,
pretty much summed up all what you've said so far.
This is
live
Jeez.
garbage.
and this is right after Fortress
Jeez,
Fest,
that's
right?
like that's just like straight
Fortress
up.
Fest
it's
is
2
in
weeks.
April.
Reduce,
Kaboo.
reuse,
It's
recycle.
May.
Kaboo is going to be 2 weeks after Fortress this year.
So here's the problem I have with this place.
We gotta.
They're going to have swimming pools out there. They said that they wanted to
Oof.
not be a festival environment. They want it to be a relaxed, chilled.
Bullshit, because this
Escape
sounds
No
like
experience.
such thing.
no. This sounds like a Bonnaroo lineup that they're just like, oh, let's
No.
just make it a one
Did
day
you see
thing.
Bonnaroo's lineup today?
No, did they already
Epic.
announce that?
Is it?
Oh, shut your face! I don't want to go to fucking
Deaf
Tennessee
Heaven and
in
Gojira?
June.
They're playing Bonnaroo.
Yes.
Sweet.
Wait, who else?
I
Gojira.
kind of want to
who?
go.
Hold on,
Um,
don't.
Deaf Heaven.
Oh, Deaf Heaven. They said
Are we
Testament
too
first.
old to go to these
No, because
No.
we can stay in a fucking RV.
No.
No, you can go to the Baroness.
We're
Definitely
okay.
show.
More drugs
Baroness is an old dude
responsibly.
band.
That's a
Since
show.
Gojira's playing and
Oh, the fest. Yeah, stay away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
don't wanna
We're a
Childish
little old.
Gambino.
Yeah, but I'm talking about our age though. We getting to that age to where if we
No.
show up, they're like, "There's those pedos."
No,
No,
because
no,
there's
no.
people that I remember whenever I
Older
went to
than
my
us.
first
Brian, what do
Bonnaroo,
you
there
think?
were some
Am
old
I too old to go to a
people.
festival?
You probably just look like you were working it. So yeah, go ahead, take your chances, get backstage, say hi to popular celebrities.
Act like I'm a chaperone, like
Yeah.
the Lyft
Yeah,
driver.
Like,
That's just
I didn't pay to be here. Totally.
So Kaboo, let's hit this part because this is where we need to work our magic
okay.
and go cover it, promote it, and be fans of this because a 3-day ticket
Uh-oh.
entry level is $350 or
Good.
$259.
Fuck you.
The VIP is $899.
See, that's what I think about festivals
Wait,
too. They're
so
they're
who-
they're catering towards
What
Silicon
company
Valley.
is putting this on?
Yeah.
Like nobody can afford to go to festivals
Virgin.
anymore.
Virgin? Hold on.
Remember when Lollapalooza was $40?
Yeah.
I remember when Lollapalooza was at Starbucks or
Yeah.
Starplex.
That's
And
the
then
only place
and then
I
when they
ever
rose
went.
it to 40,
Yep.
you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I remember going in '95.
So get this: there's a Rockstar VIP 3-day that gives you your own eating area, chef making your stuff, massages, hair rub,
Massage. Okay.
you know, all this stuff.
Like
You-
Happy
you
Endings?
get you can kind
That's
of
what
go
I get for sitting in your
almost
seat last
everywhere.
week.
$4,000, $399.
Good Lord.
$4,000?
The ultimate that gives you access to go anywhere you want.
But like anywhere, like if I wanted to go sit on the side of the stage,
You
I
can do
can
that.
go there.
If I want to go in
You
the sound
could- the
booth
only-
and do my
what
own
it says
sound
in
for
there-
the band.
When I looked up
You
the
can't-
ultimate, they said the only
the
thing
band
you
will
can't
play
do
your
Only
song
thing you
that you
can't
wrote.
do.
is walk into where the bands are playing.
Okay,
On
so
the
there's
stage.
like
So you
tape.
can stand on side.
I got a question.
You can
Okay.
stay in the photo pit
But
right up
what
front.
else? What
This
else?
is the
What else is
$4,000
part of
ticket?
this ultimate package other than anywhere you want?
Oh, I just have the picture here, but it was the same thing. You get a chef, you get a vehicle in and out. I think the hotel room was included with
You get
it.
free cocaine.
You should. There should be a mountain of coke there. You can just stick your
Yeah,
dick in.
there should totally be like a party tent.
And then
Mountain of Coke.
Mountain of coke included.
Yeah,
and
and you just
then-
stick your dick in it
I
occasionally.
mean, you get all this shit.
Apparently,
it's
so I'm
crazy.
told.
I have a question for you.
I don't have a dick.
Is there a band right now that you would pay $4,000 to see?
I'm not Pat. I haven't said the ultimate one.
Yeah,
yet.
Oh, there's still one more?
Yeah.
There's one more.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Foo Fighters was it.
No, the
no,
tier.
the
price
tier.
tier.
Oh, there's another tier.
Like
Okay, go
like
ahead.
somebody's gonna wipe your ass if you
the
pay.
ultimate hang to where you can just
Get your ass wiped
I
by
think you can just cradle your
pink.
balls in someone's mouth. Okay,
Mm.
the whole day.
Give you a little hum dinger.
$17,500.
Whoa, that's a new Toyota.
At this point, they're playing your song you wrote. For sure.
Yeah, every
they're
band
playing your
plays
song.
a
Well,
song.
you
a
get
song
to
that
you
wrote.
get to hang out with the band. You get to eat, drink, do whatever.
Wow.
You get to be with them
$17,000 for a rock and roll experience.
for a 3-day rock and roll festival.
Do you think Ronnie Van Zant or anyone in Leonard Skinner right now is just rolling over in their grave going, what the fuck?
Gimme.
Yeah.
Gimme. Keep me killed. Keep me killed.
God, and you know the people that would be doing that with you that paid for that ticket are just
$17,000.
douches.
17,000.
They have nothing in
I
common
blame
with
the
you, Brian.
bands for playing on the festival, so they can all go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Like it would
How
have
dare
to
you be privy to such criminal?
It would have to be
behavior?
like someone, like I don't know. Like
I wonder
don't-
how many of those tickets are available.
Yeah.
The $17,000 tickets.
Oh, they'll probably make enough. If
That's
if
probably like 10.
as many as people
think?
want to pay, they don't give a shit. They'll
Well, I
take
mean,
that.
Jerry's
Probably.
probably gonna go ahead and have that access too.
So how much is Bonnaroo?
I mean, you can do.
Yeah,
a
what's
pay-
the
you can do
what's
a
the
payment
highest
plan.
end Bonnaroo ticket you can
I
get?
won't be able to pay
do-
that off before the show.
You can get mortgages.
$17,000.
You can pay as low as
30-year mortgage for a concert.
$47 down to start a payment plan
Where
with
Bonnaroo?
Bonnaroo. Yes, on
But-
Thursday you could start.
So
Let me look at
VIP tickets are sold in pairs for $1,650 to Bonnaroo, so they're $825.
for the
Man.
VIP.
Yeah, for VIP, Platinum VIP is a pair for $65.50.
Yeah.
Remember
And these
that-
are without
remember
your
the
car.
JJTM festival
These
we
are
were gonna
without
do?
your car passes.
still should do
These
it.
are without your
I thought
RV
the artistic
passes.
community hated capitalism. Why is
No
this still a
shit.
thing? I thought we all
Mm.
agreed.
The capitalists still run this.
Capitalism, except if it's for something I like.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
on-
what they are.
On Friday night, You get to
Yeah,
see Fish and Childish Gambino,
No.
and then on Sunday you get to see the Lumineers and Fish again
The
Because Fish will
Lumineers, huh?
still be playing from the night before.
from Friday.
Yeah.
They'll play through the entire weekend.
They have their own stage.
Do you know any song the Lumineers do? Aren't they like that?
Yeah.
Aren't they kind of like My Morning Jacket type music?
No.
As far as I'm
No.
concerned,
Lumineers
they're
aren't?
Kings
Are they
of
more
Leon.
jammy? Oh, they're
No.
Kings of Leon?
They're
No,
claps.
that's
They're claps
in my
and
head they are.
haze. They're claps and haze and hose.
They're the band when you
Hey,
when you went
Yeah.
when we went down to South by Southwest like 3 years ago. The band that was on every corner trying to playing a song.
That's
what
the Lumineers.
That's who they sound like. They sound like every band at South by Southwest.
Every
3
band
years
that
ago
smells
on the
like
corner.
patchouli?
There you go.
Okay, I got you.
I just
I
can't
don't-
believe Fish is doing 2 sets.
I don't.
Marin
like,
Morris is
Isn't
going
the
to be
spirit
there
of rock and
again?
roll getting lost with this type of thing, though? Like the Woodstock, they weren't fucking talking about putting payment plans together for Woodstock.
No, they stopped taking money from people because the fences were torn down. And
Right.
everybody just started walking in.
Right.
Why don't people do that anymore?
They were fucking laying down in their own urine and enjoying it.
I wonder how. Do you know? I want to know how much the original Woodstock, how much do those people get paid?
Oh, man. I bet a
Oh,
lot
they
of it was
probably
volunteer.
We didn't know like the bands.
Oh, the bands.
They probably
know.
because it was never been done before. They probably got them because it was experimental, never been done before. They probably got them for I don't know for scale or whatever.
Probably like 30 grand for
Cover
the headliner.
travel, pay you something. You want to come do this cool thing, and then it ended up being one of the most magical.
I bet you
moments
that's a
in
good.
music
That's an
history.
interesting question.
How
I
much
wonder,
did they? Because otherwise, that's why it was so awesome and affordable. And then
who was
money
the
comes
the
into
biggest
play.
act at Woodstock? Who was that?
Like at the,
I mean,
like,
Jimi Hendrix was huge, but was that at his apex?
Well,
Yeah, how big was he then?
Who was the headliner of Woodstock?
Or were there too many? Probably.
There were probably too many.
So I wonder what the biggest name band that was at Woodstock actually got paid. Because I bet it wasn't much more than 30 grand. What do you think?
Oh, I have no idea.
What do you think, Dustin?
You have to adjust for
I don't
inflation.
know. There's all sorts of.
That's
weird
what I'm
stories.
trying to
yeah.
do.
There was a handful of headliners, and then other than Jimi Hendrix, you got Janis Joplin, The Grateful Dead,
Santana,
Joe Cocker, and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Wonder what those
The
guys
Who?
were getting paid.
Yeah.
The
Jefferson
Who played?
Airplane.
Yeah, the Who. Wonder what the Who got. That's a good example.
Yeah,
right there.
'cause
Wonder
they-
what the Who got.
They had to cross the pond for all
Right.
that. So
Wonder if you can look that up.
What the Who got paid for Woodstock?
Marlon, get on that, man.
I
You need
wonder.
to, you need to raise your the next Me Think show. We need to have a payment plan
Who
for
was the band that had just heard about it? That wasn't the Who, was it? I thought
that just popped on it.
they just popped on it because they had
I
heard
thought they
about it
did.
and were playing just.
I thought the Who did. No,
They were
you're
just down the
thinking of the
highway.
Rolling
Jimi
Stones that
Hendrix
did it at the
earned the
festival
most
in,
money from the
in
festival.
San Francisco where the guy got stabbed, aren't you?
Okay.
Because they just hopped on.
Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's hear this.
Hendrix pulled in the most money, making $18,000.
God. So $17,000 to in '69.
And that's
So-
roughly that would be and it
That's a
says
lot
right
of
here,
coke.
Yeah, it says right here that in 2015 that would be the estimate of 112,000. Blood, Sweat and Tears made 15,000.
So time out. The concert ticket for $17,000. Whoever buys that, congratulations, you just paid for Jimi Hendrix to play your festival.
You could have had
Back in the
Jimi
day.
Yeah.
Hendrix play your house.
And I bet you
and
the
throw
headliner
on
at this
them
would
a
spit at
grand
that.
just to keep it.
There's
yeah.
0% chance that a headliner would fucking take that now. I mean, they shouldn't, but still, it just shows how much times have changed and how the music business.
I wonder how much money.
That's just insane. $17,000 for a rock and roll experience.
Hmm.
I can give you fucking 3 hits of acid and give you.
I would think my guitar's a snake.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
was trying to put it out.
but what I'm saying is you will get
That's
just
what he
as good
said.
of an experience
He
as
said
a
it was.
$17,000.
He
I
said
think I'm a
he
chicken.
was-
I think I'm a chicken.
all of his
Yeah.
stories is that he was wrestling a snake on stage.
I just don't.
He
don't
thought the
understand
neck
it.
of his guitar was
When
a
is it?
snake.
I wonder what the cap's going to be, where people are finally going to be like, we're not doing this festival shit anymore. The college kid,
don't do them now.
Silicon
no.
Valley, everybody's
You
going to be like,
won't.
fuck you. We're not doing this
It's
anymore.
way easier to do. You make enough money.
No, I'm talking about the
but
kid,
the fans.
the
going.
fans.
It's not
yeah.
going to happen because you
I
got
don't-
old people with money that are going to go anyway.
Just
I'm
for the
interested to see how this
experience.
turns out.
Yeah, me too. I am too.
especially when press credentials go on.
I wonder who
Hey.
the headliner is going to be.
Well, they're gonna.
They're-
And the 16th,
they're
January 16th.
they're one of my clients.
Oh.
Yep.
Mhm.
Listed on that.
Okay.
To be continued.
To be continued. But
You-
$17,500, sir.
Hmm?
I'm skipping the next part.
What's the next part? No, I want to know about this.
No. I got to build
Is it
more of
who?
a story.
Wait, who is
Okay,
it? Is
yeah,
it
no,
someone
we
I
can come
think
back
it
to
is?
Yeah, and we'll come back.
No.
I got to build the story.
Okay.
You just wait.
But is it who I think
Let
it is?
it marinate.
Yeah.
Let it marinate.
We've talked about it before.
What has happened now?
Oh, my God.
We'll get to it.
Might have to bring Jennifer in for that one.
Does she want to?
No, we'll probably die from it.
Whoa.
Oh, dear God. Oh, I thought maybe you got put on some kind of weird supplement that the spirit world, like the energy brings you or something like that. Like you're going to tell me some network marketing scheme that you got involved in that has you taking these weird ginger root or some weird African pumice root that's going to give you some
eighth power.
Yeah, it's going to pull
I
out
can level up.
your negative.
Open your
your
second,
negative,
third eye.
what is it? The
I open my third eye every day on the toilet.
Whoa.
it's going to pull out your negative dimension or something, and you're going to
It's
kick
gonna
it down
cleanse,
the road.
Cleanse your aura. Get your chakras.
I'm
in
on the right
line.
person though, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, you're
Okay,
not. No, you're
man,
not.
I'm off then.
You're off. You're
All
way
right.
off.
You just broke Satan.
I didn't. It's not Satan.
That is
Fuck
Satan.
off.
He's helped us jam.
No, has this horn come off before?
Yes, I drink blood from it.
That's metal. Oh, and that one comes off too.
They do. You can interlock and drink metal. Matt and I do it all the time. Like when you're getting married, then you interlock arms, and then we feast on blood
And then make music.
and love.
When do I get to be jumped in and get to do that?
Well,
Huh.
we didn't know you were into
What
bloodletting.
kind of blood do you prefer?
Yeah. What's your type?
I'm A positive.
You know what we haven't
so-
done tonight is we haven't checked Matt's face.
Oh, yeah,
for
Matt.
cheetah.
Matt.
You look
All
like
right,
a fucking
you're
cheetah.
good. You have no cheetah.
Yeah, okay.
When did that come out here?
Last week I had to check our face for cheetah.
Did she have cheetah on her?
No.
Nope. No
Remember
zebra.
Cheetah's
No cheetah.
Cheetah's short. I don't know if you've
No
listened to the show lately.
tiger.
But cheetah's short for DNA.
Do you
Trying to see
listen?
what women
do you
come in
listen
here
to the
at-
show?
or
Did you
men.
at least
Every-
listen lately, just
every
to
so
see what you've been
often.
getting into?
I don't.
You didn't know that I was part of this.
We talk
this
about you
brouhaha?
every episode.
Well, I've heard you on some episodes, but I didn't know. Wait, what brouhaha are you talking about? The
No, that I just
podcast
hang
and-
out with these guys. Yeah.
I knew you hung out with them. I didn't know you were like officially part of the podcast till
Oh, till tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I like
Brian?
them. I like
So-
those guys.
What's up in the comedy world?
What's
been going down
my
with you?
comedy world?
He just
Is-
skipped over you.
Oh,
Whatever.
my bad.
No, it's fine. Let's just go.
Oh, I
ahead and do
totally
that.
did.
Y'all
I'm
are the
sorry.
all.
No,
I don't
that's
have a
fine.
laptop to look at.
Jury duty 86th.
Yeah, I don't have to. I didn't have to do jury duty.
Fucking A.
That stinks.
Is there anything
I want
more
a
than
good
a
stories.
beating than fucking going to jury
See, I'd
duty?
never.
Yes,
but-
getting your driver's license.
oh, and I
Yeah,
don't have
that's
one of
right
those
there.
either.
You don't have your driver's license.
No, we can talk about that later.
And then getting your passport done. And
Passport's
then
not that bad.
Yeah, it is as expensive as it is.
Standing in line for TSA.
Mm-hmm.
No, jury duty is worse than
I
both
was
of those things.
I was lucky.
Maybe the driver's
and
license, but not the TSA and not because the
the
TSA you're going. I'm about to go somewhere. I'm about to go somewhere. Yay, yay, yay. Jury duty, you're like,
trial
I'm getting nothing out of this.
got canceled, so I don't have to go.
Got canceled.
So
I got 4 words for jury duty. Wear your band shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
wore an Every Time I Die shirt to
And they're like,
the one
out.
time I've ever
Yeah,
got called in for
but-
jury duty. I was in and out because the place is like 2 minutes from my house. I was literally, I left, I was back home 20
the
minutes later.
questionnaires, kind of, I felt like even
didn't
just
show
the
up
first
last time.
questionnaire, like kind of would have already gotten me like, man, we don't need her just because of what I do. Because I do social media, I do marketing, and I do events for a publication, which is an outlet of the press, which is part
I-
media.
I didn't do a questionnaire.
I told you.
I
what,
had to do 2. And then on that second one, it had the question of what is your religious affiliation, which I got the pleasure
That
of
violates
writing
HIPAA
in.
laws.
Yeah.
I got to write in atheist. I didn't put optimistic atheist with satanic tendencies, which I should have did. But I got to put atheist on there. I got to answer yes, had I been a victim of a crime.
What do you consider yourself actually religious wise?
A Lutheran.
an optimistic atheist with satanic
That's not a real
tendencies.
religion, though. That's just a
It
bunch
doesn't
of
have
bel-
to be. That's why it's
the
a flawed
thing.
question.
Like, I mean,
yeah, I guess it is a flawed question.
Yeah.
But if you had to identify,
Takedown.
there you go. But it was
If you had to
asterisks.
identify-
It was required. Well, then I could have put whatever the fuck I wanted to. Like something had to be
Jedi.
written. Yeah, I could have put like that
go.
I'm part of
Jedi.
the Church of the
Jedi.
Flying Spaghetti Monster.
There you go.
Or that I follow Cthulhu.
I guess you misunderstood
I-
my question. My question is, what do you identify
That's
as?
not the
then?
question.
It
myself.
wasn't a question. Yeah,
What do I identify
religious
as?
wise, do you?
I had already said that like 3 times, and you just never listened to me.
Was it that hocus pocus stuff you just said just then? Because then,
Yes.
yeah, that's a non-answer.
Well, it's my answer.
Say it again, then.
I am an optimistic atheist
Okay.
with
So you're an
satanic
atheist.
Where do y'all meet at? At that tent?
Where is the optimistic atheist satanic church?
You don't have to be anywhere to. I mean, you can be anywhere
The
to
chat.
To. There's other things.
I
down
wish
there.
Chad ain't cool enough for the kind of belief she's laying down here.
Obviously, he doesn't know when that happens because you're never there, Brian Breckenridge.
I was
so-
at the chat twice last night.
twice last night.
Yeah, before the open mics and for a nightcap.
Chat
Yeah,
room.
there
They're
you
not
go.
talking about our chat.
It was a Monday, so it was slow.
We're talking
It
about
was-
the
it was
actual
nice,
bar.
but-
Yeah. I was wondering why there were black candles melted all
No,
over.
I
I'm
was-
just talking about like that. The level of conversations I have there. Like, I'm like, these people aren't like fucking rocking satanic shit, which would be like that would be some great conversations, but that's not the conversation.
It sounds like you are saying we need a cool satanic bar.
Yeah, fucking
Just
A.
a fucking devil worshipping den. Hey, there's the name. The devil worshipping den.
I thought that's
Or
what
just
Texas
the
Billiards
den.
was.
That's what
Just the
what
den.
Texas Billiards was.
DWD.
the devil worshipping dumpster.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or if I really had to identify, I guess it would be the Satanic Temple, the Church of the Satanic Temple, because it really isn't like Satanists and doing all that kind of stuff. It's just being able to be offensive and
Mhm.
It's
know.
Atlas Shrugged with the devil mask on.
Or you are part of the Church of the Yellow King.
of the what?
The Yellow King.
Oh, okay. Here we go. True Detective stuff again. When's that start? Actually, season
The
3. When's
13th.
it start? The 13th. Oof. I'm
Arkansas.
gonna have to use your HBO account again.
This Sunday. After football.
I mean, that's why I wore my robe. I mean, it's my winter robe, but
So you know what happened last time I got jury duty? I didn't show up.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get a
Straight up
warrant?
didn't show up. No, and it's they don't immediately issue a warrant. What you do, and this is what I did.
With Jenny Lane?
I called back. I called them and said, "Hey, I totally fucked up. I didn't
Spiced
know.
it.
I didn't know that I was supposed to be there." And my ex gave me this letter that got sent to my old address. Made up some stupid shit.
Nice.
And they're like, "Oh, it's cool. We'll send you another request in 1 week." And it actually took them 2 weeks. They sent me another summons for jury duty, and I filled out the questionnaire saying that I paid child support or something. Something stupid got me out of doing it. And so the whole thing of is if you don't show up, they immediately issue a warrant. No, they don't.
No,
They don't.
They don't.
They give you a call. You can be a douche. You can be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I screwed up," and they're like, "Okay, cool. We'll send you another summons.
You must
Don't worry
be a
about it."
deadbeat dad, too.
Yeah.
I'm
But
in 5 militias. All right, no. Yeah, we
Well,
don't
no,
need
and
that.
they even ask you like, what groups are you affiliated with? That's one of those questions.
I just
on the
immediately say the
questionnaire.
KKK,
Like,
and then they're
I
like,
mean,
"We're done here."
No, you don't have to go that. Just say the John Birch Society.
I
and
just
you're
tell
Right.
you know
pretty
what?
good.
Fuck it.
And
I'll just
the
say
Communist Party of America.
said as a
They
flat
wanna know what
earther.
to think.
I tell them I voted for Hillary, and they're like, "Oh, this is Tarrant County, sir. We're done here."
Tarrant
No,
County's
what
blue
county?
now.
Tarrant County's
Oh, that's
blue.
right. That's right. Real blue.
I wrote in Barry Goldberg. Like,
Barely
what?
blue.
Like, sir, he's dead. I
Baby
don't
Yeah.
care.
blue.
So then now you're going to have your brain scanned?
Yep, I get to do that
And
tomorrow.
That's
still.
tomorrow. We
That's
talked about
still-
it last week.
Yeah, it's still on.
Goldwater.
Oh, you
Sorry.
haven't had it done,
Not yet.
man. I wish I could tell you this was fun, but I've had it done, and it's not.
The only
I-
thing, so I was kind of freaking out about it a little bit.
Mhm.
The wobbles and the headaches are still
Well, you
an
got to
everyday
get it
thing.
done.
I gotta get it done, and plus it'll be just like I said, it'll be a benchmark. So whenever the dementia sets in later, they're like, "Oh, we can go back and look whenever she had a brain scan." Then
I got a brand new microwave in there where you can just stick your head
I
in there.
got a
and
new
turn it on
microwave
a
for
little
Christmas
bit.
too. But
that work that way?
No.
I think it sets you
I
straight.
didn't-
Realign
we
your
just got to
poles.
hook up a printer to it.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I was kind of worried
Put
about.
a hard drive in it.
You're
I-
fucked, Jesse.
God, duh.
But can you give me that macaroni and cheese that you heated right now?
Ding.
Right next to your fork.
Just poke forks in the cellophane. It'll vent a little easier. No. So I don't think I have to worry about like any of my piercings or anything like that. But I read
No,
about.
I think you do. I think you do have
I
to
mean,
take
I'm
everything
gonna. I
out.
will take them out. Obviously,
'Cause
I
you
know
don't
that.
wanna-
Oh, dude, no. Yeah, if you're that close and they'll like rip out. So I already know that
I
I got
wonder
to
if
take
that's
everything
happened.
out.
Pick a shirt you don't
No,
care
it
about.
does.
It's
It
happened.
really does.
That's why they
they
have
tell
the
you.
warnings.
It
I
does.
guess.
That's why they tell you.
Oh my gosh.
But I read a thing about people getting
Your nipples look like Hearn's ankle. Just.
Gross.
Oh,
Ooh.
God.
That would hurt.
Gross. Gross.
Terrible.
Oh no, but like people get burns from their tattoos. Like the
Getting an
iron,
MRI?
like the iron from the ink
Really?
can like cause like a little bit of like contact burn.
Do they lube you up then or something?
I don't know, like what they do before they do like electroshock. Like I don't know. So I guess I'll ask the technician tomorrow.
Will you do me a favor?
What?
Will you drink some mercury and see if it'll be pulled out of your body?
Well,
Like
I mean,
Wolverine versus Magneto style.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I mean, all those years swimming in Eagle Mountain Lake, I'm sure something's down in there.
So
Well,
what
there's
is
a lot
this
of
about
mercury in
you
that
quitting cigarettes?
Wow, it finally happened.
I didn't know you were a smoker. I knew you smoked things,
I no,
but I didn't know. I didn't know you were a cigarette
Things.
smoker.
No, I started
Not
smoking.
dicks, Dustin.
Smoking poles. No, I started smoking cigarettes whenever I was
When you started smoking dicks,
a freshman in high school.
a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
When'd you
Like,
start?
how much do? Wait, we'll talk about me at another show. This is about Jesse right now. What?
You're jumping on her
Yes.
for a freshman in high school. That seems old.
Okay.
Because I know kids that
So
were in
how
junior
how
high.
many packs a day have you been smoking since you were a freshman in high school?
Well, when I was a freshman in high school, I started out smoking Marlboro mediums,
Mhm.
which were the in
The
between.
long ones.
No, they.
Oh,
that
the
was
mediums.
Actually,
I got you.
the mediums were between
regular
a
size.
red and a light. Back
Still,
then.
well, how many did you smoke?
When I first started smoking,
Yeah,
like I mean, for as long as I've been smoking since that was 98, 99.
a pack a day.
Oh yeah, a pack and a half, even just up until the past like month.
Do you know
a
how much
pack and a half
money
a
you
day?
spent?
Well, considering how much they were when
I
I
hate
started
that.
smoking
I hate that when a
versus
parent
how
or a
much they
grandparent
are
like,
now.
You just put that money away
I
that you
know.
pay on a cigarette a
I
day.
know.
But it's
You go
amazing
on a
when
nice
you look
trip
back.
or something.
Well, like
When
if
you
I
look
could,
back, you're like,
if
holy
I
shit.
No,
could
it's a lot of money.
calculate, if I could really calculate and go back and think, because like there was times where I was smoking 2 packs.
But
Like-
stressful times.
Like there's
Yeah.
been times where like I've smoked various amounts, and just in the past 3 weeks,
Are you doing the
weaned-
jewel or anything?
I am wearing the Nicoderm CQ.
Oh, there you go. I did that once.
I did that before. Whenever I tried to quit, I guess it was 2004. That was the last time that I tried to quit. And the patch.
Can I
worked
give
for
you
me.
some advice?
Sure.
Don't start dipping to get off of
no,
cigarettes.
no. Like that's the only nicotine
Never works
replacement
out.
therapy. Transdermal nicotine
Isn't
replacement
it weird
therapy.
that we just fucking like in junior high think it's so cool to smoke? We're like, well, I just want to smoke. And
I
then
honestly do kind of blame.
I don't understand what it was in me when I was a kid that was like, I want to smoke cigarettes.
All my
because
family did.
I know, but I saw the negative
I watched
side
I
too.
Love
though.
Lucy.
I was one of those kids that saw
it
my
was
grandma
just something
die
that was
from
normal. Yeah,
like-
I had lung cancer.
Yeah.
Lung cancer was nothing new to me whenever I was 9.
What about you, Brian? How long have you smoked, man?
All right. I'm 34. I didn't start smoking until I was like 22 or 23. And I
See,
grew up. My mom
Yeah.
used to smoke. I grew up hating.
I already had 9 years on 'em.
hating cigarettes.
9
When I got into
years.
punk scene, I like found straight edge, but more of like I don't have access to the things that make you non-straight edge, kind of straight edge.
Mhm.
Straight edge by default and lameness and lack
No
of,
money straight edge.
lack
Started
of
when
trying to get
22.
into trouble beyond my ears. Straight edge.
Yeah.
Basically fake straight edge. And that's when I ramped it up and
Fedge.
really
It's
hated
fedge.
Hot dog fuck.
smoking and that. And then
There you go.
it was on my birthday. I'm out with my best friend and our other friend. We're at Boston's in Irving, and when you could still smoke inside, and they've both been smokers, and we're all there drinking a beer like that. I don't care about my birthday. But it's like, let's just go out and have some drinks. And I was there. I was just like, let me have a cigarette. I want to try that. And then I started
just
smoking.
out of nowhere, caught you, and you're like, I want to.
I tell that to like some older people, and they're like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm just like, "What's wrong with you, asshole? Like you've been smoking since you were 12, and you're giving me shit for deciding to start smoking when I was 23."
Okay, I'm assuming that you were smoking weed at the time, right?
At the time, maybe had dabbled because I think I started smoking weed around the same time.
So did you choke when you inhaled the cigarette? Were you like, oh,
they were smoking Camel Turkish Royals, which is what I smoked for a while.
I switched to those. I switched to those eventually.
There's still still a decent cigarette,
did it go down
but
smooth?
It was fine.
You could get Camel Cash on them back then,
and that's when it all started, huh?
And then I just been smoking since, and but like I've never been. I can take like a few days off. I've never tried to quit, never wanted to quit.
Yeah,
but I just don't seem to have the cravings other people do. I don't smoke at home. I don't smoke cigarettes at home. Wink,
like
wink.
you don't go outside and smoke cigarettes?
And I don't even drink at home. I don't like to because I drink at home. I get tired, take a nap. I'm like, but I'll sometimes smoke weed at home.
You don't have any alcohol in your house, or
no? We have plenty of alcohol.
You just
in the
don't
house.
drink. You
I
don't
just don't like to drink at home because to me, there's no point. I like to be out with people doing. I get
like
out
when you
enough.
when you wake up in the morning, you don't go smoke a cigarette first thing. Yeah, see,
I can be at home for like 2 days flat and not like get in my car and go anywhere, and I have zero craving for a cigarette.
Yeah. So that
drinking, I want to smoke. Hang out with friends who are smokers, I'll smoke.
Yeah.
But besides that, stuck in traffic, I happen to have cigarettes on me, I'll smoke. But
so you probably don't even really average a pack a day then.
No, and especially smoking American Spirits. I don't know how the fuck somebody smokes an entire pack of these a day.
Yeah,
because you're insane. Blankets. Yeah.
What about
now
Dustin,
Marlboros? I get it because a Marlboro takes like 30 seconds to smoke.
You've never smoked.
No,
I mean, I'm sure
really.
you've tried
I've had cigarette here or there.
But you've never been like, I got to go buy a pack of. Have you ever bought a pack of smokes for yourself?
Nope.
See, I envy people like you. Should be able to run a marathon.
I probably could. It's just, do I want to?
Yeah. So you
I
never
didn't smoke at all in high school, and I couldn't run.
What about
for shit?
dip?
So
did you ever dip?
Yeah, I couldn't run for shit before I started smoking.
Snus.
Your body
But
needs to learn how to do that.
I did have quite the lung capacity whenever I was a younger kid, and I was already still smoking. And
Why
I
did you
started
not
smoking
have
pot
any
whenever I was
attachment
17.
or
So
draw to tobacco?
The only tobacco that has ever drawn me in a little bit,
cigars,
a cigar and pipe.
So what was it in your head when you were in the stage that I just talked about? Were you like, I don't want any part of tobacco, period?
Oh, I was busy smoking crystal meth.
Okay.
Crack cocaine.
So methamphetamines, kids, is what will keep you away from tobacco.
Not true. Again,
that's our Jerry Jonestown Massacre PSA.
There were various stages of whenever I smoked more cigarettes at different times.
Do you want to stay away from tobacco?
I don't know.
Smoke
There
meth.
just never was a draw. I didn't
Hyroxy.
like the smell. When
I didn't either.
Smoke a cigarette. I didn't like the taste.
I went to my grandma's
Well,
house.
like
and
that-
Stuff
yeah.
smelling like that.
Yeah, like I was raised around it, but I was also raised around an aunt who rolled her own cigarettes.
Did
And
Jared
then-
ever smoke?
No, like pot. She
Who
smoked
was your
pot around me.
smoking
I was
buddy?
around pot whenever I was like really
That's the way.
young.
But yeah, I mean, my real dad was that way from when I was a baby.
Yeah, me too.
What, smoke cigarettes?
No,
Well,
just
pot.
rolled pot all the time and smoked it. But my
Well, that's a
grandparents
different-
smoked. My grandparents smoked when I was little, and I would ride around with them in their Thunderbird.
The windows rolled
The
up.
windows rolled up, smoking, and this giant boat.
ashes
And
in the
I just
ashtray.
hated smelling like it. I didn't.
Well,
I
that's
didn't like it. I don't.
That's
like
how I felt
feeling
like
it's on me.
before I started smoking. Like I'd ride the bus instead of letting my sister take me to school. 'Cause I don't want to smell like cigarettes. And then something was like, well, I guess I better smoke, and I had to ride with my sister and like smoke on the way to school. Like I was one of those
Why
kids.
are you? What's the reason that you're quitting?
The reason why I'm quitting, there's a multitude. Not only is it just money wise, because now I thought about it, and if I go down to the little bodega right down the street, it's bodega. It's $8.11 for a pack.
So money is the reason?
Money is a big reason, but
So you
also
said 4 days?
Health.
Yeah.
It's been 4 days since I've had a cigarette, but I've been on the patches for 3 days. And I know people who have quit cold turkey, and it's been nicotine withdrawal is
What's that
is
drug that they take that
fierce.
fucks everybody up? That's an SSRI that helps people quit smoking.
Wellbutrin.
Well, no, it's not Wellbutrin. It's
Well,
the
one of them.
the one that Danny's buddy was on when he got
Chantix.
killed.
Chantix.
Yeah.
Chantix.
Just don't get on that.
No, and
I heard that's bad.
If you get on that, you're not allowed around here.
there are
He's
certain
Serious.
no, there's certain life circumstances for the that's what you get.
I was waiting for
Get.
that.
That they won't prescribe Chantix to you if there's certain things in your life that like if you drink
If
alcohol.
you're not Ray Liotta,
Methamphetamines.
you can't have it.
God, that commercial makes me nervous.
From day
It scares
one.
the fuck out of me.
From day
I used to
one.
smoke cigarettes.
God damn it.
Well, good luck to you in quitting smoking.
Hey man, I
And-
already feel great.
and all the other stuff.
But the smokers cough is
real.
disgusting. It's been really gross.
I've quit about 5 times in my life. Right now, I'm on a good spell where I haven't really actively been smoking for a year. Now, I'll get fucked up, like when we were out after the wedding. I'm pretty sure I had a couple of smokes that night. But
Those are the best, though.
yeah, but I haven't had a night where I went and bought a pack of smokes and just like decided. Well, no, I did a few weeks ago. But anyway, it's nothing that's carried on, and it's been I've enjoyed it.
I hate
lot.
playing venues that would still smoke, and I throw my
I don't think
gear in
there
the
are
car.
anymore,
There aren't
are they?
anymore, but when I would throw my gear in the car and come home late at night and not unload my gear, and then you go out to the truck in the morning and everything
Like,
just smells like
yeah, especially
asshole.
in the summer when it just teems in there.
Yeah, I hated
Yeah.
that.
Well, in that I was kind of numb to that. I was numb to everybody being like, "Oh, smelling like the chat room." But
Tolex was all
even being a
ash
smoker and going to the chat room and then coming home later and just being like, "I have to wash my hair. I gotta wash my."
even
jacket."
Brittany is ready for them to ban smoking down roof snow.
Can you still smoke at Texas Billiards?
Yeah, and it's horrible.
Nearly stopped by there on Saturday night
You did?
after the game.
Should have called me, man. I was ready to celebrate. I was looking to get out of
I
the
thought you were
house too.
sick.
Oh
I
yeah,
was-
you were gonna have a
dude,
parade.
I still would have come out
It
and
could
had
have
a
been
drink.
a 2-man parade.
But you know why I
I
didn't,
didn't
go
want
up
to
there?
smell like smoke though,
You know what? Well, you know why I didn't
and I'm
want to
not
go up there?
drinking.
Well, there you go. I don't know
That's
why
the
we
other
would have ever
reason.
done
you
that.
can
You
still
love
you can
billiards.
still do wild shit even when you're sober.
You're just very, very
No.
responsible for it, though.
Yeah, you definitely remember
You
it
really
later.
have to own up to that shit.
No, if you're going there, you need to drink.
Where billiards?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to remember it.
You know.
So y'all never gonna take me to TXB?
Yeah, we'll take you.
We'll do a live show from
Yeah,
up
we'll
there.
do one pretty soon.
Yeah,
we haven't
and
done
I
one.
don't
We haven't done one in a
drink,
while.
so
No, we
let's
haven't.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't then if you don't want to. You want to
Heck
go
no,
or not?
let's go.
Let's do the show from up
You
there.
could
We'll
drive
do
us
it.
up there and drive us home.
Fuck yeah, y'all can get super toasted.
The problem is I can't party during the week anymore because I got to wake up so early and be in Denton.
You just can't have relations with a dumpster. I
No,
forgot.
that happens.
That does happen.
Brian Breckenridge, the man,
our
Hey,
guest.
The
hey.
Our
myth,
guest this
Stop.
evening.
the
our
slam
guest.
dancer.
So you got shows coming up. What's
Oh, yeah.
the looks like Mass? Who's the where's the place to go see open mic? I know we talked about a little, but a lot of the people that listen to us have asked this of us, and I don't fucking know. I don't know where the cool places
Fort
are to
Worth
go.
wise, nothing really on Sunday, but Monday, my friend Mana, she just goes by Mana. You can find her on Facebook under Mana. She runs 2 open mics. First one at the Tin Panther on Mondays. Sign up at 9:30. Starts at 10. And Tyler's been bartending the last few ones, and she's always been awesome. I've known her since my job took me to Lola's. Got to know her there. Got to know her hanging out at Sunshine. And when Tin Panther opened up, Mana had taken over this open mic that was at the Houston Street Bar in downtown Fort Worth. And right when that was actually, we found out that was ending, and then Tin Panther just opened up, and I was just like, well, hey, you want something to fill in your Mondays, because bars need things on Mondays, especially if you're like a bar venue like Tin Panther is. And it was like from one week to the next, ended there, started over at Tin Panther, and that was last December. I mean, not this the last. It's been there for over a year now.
It's been
Yeah.
over a year. October
And
was the
she-
official first year,
It's
but
crazy.
And
Yeah.
she comics can come and they can sign up, just do a regular open mic comedy set. You can sign up for a workshop where you get you go up and do a little less time, but then you got a couple of minutes for her and other comics to give you pointers,
Like
or
after you get
advice
off,
or comments.
after
No,
you've gotten off
you're
the
still on
stage?
stage and kind of fielding questions about the material you just did. So
Just get some honest critique and
Yeah,
some constructive
from your
criticism.
peers,
Yeah.
and so they can kind of be like, well, with this thing, maybe you could say this before that or whatnot. So
Wait,
you
wait,
kind
wait.
of get
Tell
to
the break. They do that while you're still on stage?
Yeah.
Like you finish your set and you just stand up there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and so you
kinda
kind of get to
badass.
see comedy bits grow.
Is
you
this
know,
something that they
as are.
do
This
in
is
other scenes?
Not really. It's all, and this is all Mana's undertaking to make it be a place where comics can grow out new bits. Comics will form writing groups, or they have a comic that they hang out with, and the process is different for
Mhm.
everybody. But it's a great place for comics to come and get some honest feedback. It's a great thing for especially younger comics.
Yeah.
That they're still figuring out how they write, how they want to write, how they want to think of bits. But
Yeah, because isn't there an opportunity for a heckle?
yeah,
set?
you can sign up for a workshop set or a heckle
Yeah.
set. And I've guest hosted it a couple of times. And one time there was a heckle set where the comic got on stage and wasn't able to say one word because this one comic, my buddy Jorge, he's a great dude. But he's also a guy, he started getting chants going on. And the guy on stage just couldn't even get a joke out. And I was just like, God damn it, fucking amateurs. You can't. There's no such thing as heckling if there's no material to be heckled. And I was just like,
it's a two-way communication type.
the guy
thing.
literally
you have
just
to
got berated on stage at a fucking insane volume chorus.
Were they
of
just
com-
drunk? Fuck this.
Some may have, some were maybe, but it was just Jorge riling everybody up just to yell just random bullshit and just chants were actually
That's
were.
that's not how
that
you
was
heckle.
one time, and I was just like, "Come on, motherfuckers!" And
You had
but
to
now
school
it's-
them, put
it's
them
more
as
stru-
I'm
lines.
it's more
surprised another
structured
comic
than
didn't
that
go
now.
up there and say, "Okay, give me this mic," and then fucking kind of take over a little
No,
bit and say,
I think,
"Fuck you."
I think
and
what she
then-
does now, if you sign up for a heckle set, she designates one or
heckler?
two comics to
To
be
be the heckler?
hecklers.
Nice.
So, and if you're good enough, and I've done that before, I'm like, well, fuck, I'm a comic. I got to heckle this guy. I want to get laughs too.
Yeah.
And one time it was kind of open season, but the person on stage was doing material, and I heckled while I was walking into the bathroom, and it was really good. I said something, and I was just kind of like, "That's how you heckle, you sons of bitches," and I went and took a piss. But I was just like, "That's how you do it. You got to wait for the timing because it's
Yeah.
also kind of like an exercise for the comics. If you want to properly heckle somebody, wait for them to let them say material. If nothing really seems to come up, and then wait for something, you can throw in a good
Do
uppercut
you-
and."
So you're still
Bam.
you're still actively participating in these open mics?
Yeah, I'll go when I can.
How many times do you get up on stage?
Throughout the week, I don't know, 2 or 3.
Oh,
something like that.
okay. So you get up there 2 or 3 nights every single week at one of these open mics.
Yeah.
Have you ever hit all 3?
I don't know. Maybe some are kind of new. Some are when
Oh,
I
yeah,
can,
you
because I
told me
live in
that.
Arlington. I'll usually try to do Mana's 10 Panther open mic on Mondays, and then the Twilight Lounge one on
Yeah.
Tuesdays. So I really like those, and plus, since I do shows
Yeah.
basically in that city, I'll sometimes go and pop over to another bar, and hopefully I can justify hanging out at bars because I'm also, when I can, promote my shows as well.
How long of a set are you doing at these?
I both of them about 5 minutes.
The open mics.
Yeah.
Keeping it cool.
Yeah.
But your
Nice-
set,
nice time.
if you go to see Brian Breckenridge do comedy, one of your shows, how long's your set right now?
It all depends on how long I'm booked for. I mean,
What do
some
they usually
places-
book, like an hour or 30 minutes?
No, like comedy shows, you can have people come up and do 10-minute sets, 15, 20. Just kind of depends. Like
Yeah.
the shows I do at the Bana Southside, generally I go up and do 7 to 10 minutes as the host. I go up first. I have 2 openers do 10 minutes,
Mhm.
feature do 20, and a headliner do 30. And of course, I can fudge with those time limits here and there, and also add in guest sets as well.
Yeah.
With comics who just happen to be in town or something like that.
Are there any, so how much do you write? Are you
Not
writing
as much
all the
as
time?
I should.
how
My
does that
process
mix
is
into
weird.
Your life. Yeah,
my
what is your
process
process?
is weird. I say that, but what I should be saying is my process is very lazy. I'm always trying to make the bits I have and previous bits I don't know, rework them, make them more current,
Mhm.
or make them more fleshed out, make them tighter. And then throughout the course of my life, I have a note in my phone where if I'm going to do a bit, I really need it to be based on a good idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't write just one-liners or just simple, quick jokes. I really like to have a good idea where I can throw in a few different kind of ways to tackle an idea of a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I write a bit, they're like, I don't know, anywhere from like 3, 4 to 7 minutes at a time. And
You work your way completely around like a story.
kind of,
Hit
yeah.
it on
Like
the front, hit on the
it
back.
can sometimes come back around. Like a callback is always a comedy classic. You know, that's always like, oh shit, I'm laughing again because I laughed at that 10, 15 minutes ago. Like that shit, a good callback is
That's a
always,
touchdown?
That's always good. Yeah.
So when you write these sets, your comedy, do you like if you have a good idea, you're like, oh, this is really funny. Do you go test run it at some of these open mics and stuff before you put it in your full on
And
set?
that's kind of how. Oh yeah. Like rarely, a couple of times, you're like, this is such a good idea. I got to at least get out my main point, get out that punchline I thought of, and then I can keep doing it and then
build off of it, kind of
just through whatever I thought of on stage, or I'm thinking about the bit and write down something. And you have fellow comics that are like, you thought about this, and I'm like, oh shit, well I have now. So you just go up there and do it again. And at some point, your whole set just might be working out the whole 5 minutes might just be you working out that bit.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I do it, because my bits seem to be like many minutes long per joke. Like if I had a set list, kind of like with bands, like, songs can be 3 to 5 minutes long. That's kind of how my bits are.
Yeah.
Just because I don't I'm not a Hedberg.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just,
So the last time we had you on, I don't even know what number show that was, but it's been over a year.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got introduced to you by Nick. So it was after Duel came in the first or second time.
And Nick came in a solo 3 or 4 times.
So it's been a while. The comedy art form and industry has really changed. And so I guess my question is, has any of this stuff that's happened on the East Coast and the West Coast kind of trickled down to you to where you've got to be really careful of what you joke about these days? I think being a comic right now is probably one of the hardest jobs in America.
Well, because also being a comic, it's like when I started about 11, 12 years ago, social media wasn't as big and overblown as it is now.
That's what I'm saying. Things have gotten out of hand lately.
But also, that's become, unfortunately, a part of being a stand-up comic is there's you on stage, the stand-up comic, but then there's also your online digital personality as well, which I hate that part. I hate that it's part of it.
The online social media part?
There's a whole new field of competition of I need to prove. Okay, you do stand-up comedy because it's like I need to prove that I'm funny through the context of stand-up comedy. A lot of people are funny in their own way, and we get that. There's plenty of avenues for that, whether it's just you joking around at work, you getting stoned with your friends in someone's living room, podcasts, just like different ways. But like with stand-up comedy, you're like, I'm a stand-up comic. I go on stage. I do my set. That's me. But then now you have to have that online persona of, hey, I'm always pumping out the funny, and I've always hated. I have to adapt. I do it. I do that on Facebook.
Yeah.
If something I think's really funny, I'll throw it on Twitter. But I get a couple. I just don't care.
But like these comics,
that's not what I got into it for.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to go on stage and be the best stand-up comic I can be. And then right after I started, Twitter and Facebook became the thing, and I was just like, oh great, I got to do this too, because it's like every day a comic's got to put out something funny here or there. But I'm like, that's what we're always doing, but like in our heads and to our notebooks, and then we take that to the stage. And I understand why it's a thing. I totally get that, because you have people that would never be on stage and never do stand-up comedy, but they're fucking hilarious. And they're also really fucking funny, and they'll never go off to be Sedaris, that guy. Like, they'll never go on and be a comedic author or a humorist.
Yeah.
But I don't want to shit on somebody that's found a great outlet for them to be like, I'm really funny. They're just not going to be a stand-up comic. They're not going to be a humorist. They're not going to have an article. They're just really funny. And you get a bunch of weird variations, like these weird anonymous Twitter accounts or Facebook meme pages and shit. And that's beautiful in its own anarchic way of like, yeah, this person just wants to put out some weird ass funny shit and get zero credit for it, but it's
Yeah.
going to be shared around the social media universe.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome in its own way. But as a stand-up comic, when I started, like around 05, 06, or I guess 06, 07, I was just like, cool, I'm just going to work on stand-up material, go to open mics, get better, hang out with comics, drink, have fun, you know, kind of
So-
party. And then became this. I'm just like,
Like
shit.
I guess the other what I'm talking about too.
But that's every business.
Like this guy that got pulled off stage at that college
yeah, yeah.
gig, Patel, whatever his
yeah.
name is. You haven't run into anything of that in Fort Worth, where you've said
Yeah.
something that was not politically correct, and you didn't sound like you were woke, so they told you, "Hey, cut it off." You haven't run
No.
into that here.
I've had of all the year and a half of Laugh Your Mask Off shows, and we're about like at like 45 shows here and there. I had like one lady that was kind of like yelling at the comics, and that was like the third ever show.
Was she just heckling, or was she pissed off
she was
about
just
some
drunk.
material?
No, she was just drunk because apparently she was there. They had like a happy hour kind of a thing with some bands playing, and she was there watching that, and she just
Yeah.
stayed there, so she was just already drunk. But what's great about these shows is whoever shows up is there for the show.
Yeah,
And so the only thing I have to worry about is how many people are showing up.
yeah.
Like, that's all I want. I want as many people there as possible to where I can be like, they're always really good crowds. I'm just like, I could always use more. I'm never going to be satisfied with how many people come out just because I keep that bar unobtainable just to,
Yeah.
I'm like, what can I do more to get people out here? And, you know, sometimes that really sucks in my own head to be like, get over it, and, be appreciative of the people that are here, Brian, you asshole,
Yeah.
and not think about the people that aren't here, maybe told you they would be here, because I dwell on that way too much.
And that's what you put on social media too.
Oh, I know, because every comic gets to do that. It's great.
I know, but there's only so much self-deprecation
Oh, yeah.
that you're allowed to do before it's just a little too.
Oh, I know, but, I mean, what are comics but not an expression of our own flaws?
True.
You can't
True,
laugh
but
at
then
yourself.
there's-
Who can you laugh at?
True.
I'm doing too much
Larry
comedic
David has
vertical
done 10 seasons of
integration
it.
to where
I know, Larry David. You keep telling me Larry David.
we're allowed to be very shitty people.
Yeah.
I get
it's the
that.
artistic escape hatch that we get to. I'm like, whatever. I'm a comic.
Yeah, like I don't. What do you think
True,
about
but
these
there
people
are
that put
there are people
limitations
that
on what
are
they think are funny?
shitty that are just shitty people, and they think that they're funny sometimes, and they're not.
Mm.
There's those. I'm not
That's
saying
fine.
that you're not one of those people because you are funny. Because I have been to some of your Laugh Your Mouth.
But
Off
see
shows.
what
and
she's
I have
kind of
seen
going
you
down.
there, Jesse.
See? And I actually no, I
this
actually
side of the
did.
room. Anyways,
No, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing tomorrow night?
I really want to go to some of these
Thursday. Sorry,
Thursday,
these
Friday.
open
the
mics.
13th, Sunday.
Number one,
No,
I'm
see,
me.
I'm sorry. I live a week ahead because
Ah.
you know what I do. So
Go ahead, Matt.
sorry.
No,
Yeah,
so
where
I do. I want
That's
to
what I've been waiting a year and a half to say. Where have you
got
guys
you.
been? Yeah,
And I've me and
So
a buddy
curious.
have
It's like,
decided that we
seriously,
are
though.
going to come out.
I've got it.
Oh
all
yeah,
right
yeah,
there,
Trust me, every show I'm emailing her.
Okay, Matt, what were you trying to say again?
Anyway,
Me and a buddy and I have been saying like, and I've been I see every time you post these big shows and stuff, and I always think I need to go to these things because I have two ideas that I want to get going this year that directly involve comedy and funny people.
Your sex
And so-
change.
Yeah, yeah. One might be in my sex change. The
Full transition.
But I sat down with this friend last week and said, if we're gonna write this stuff, because we keep bouncing ideas off each other,
Yeah.
like, oh, this could be funny. You could get some laughs out of this, that, and another. But if we're gonna seriously start writing and bouncing material off each other and stuff like that, we need to go and see what this all involves in. And I've been needing to go see Brian in one of these shows, and because, man, before you came here the first time, I didn't think there was a comedy scene in DFW. I thought you had to go to maybe somewhere in Dallas you could see a comedy show.
Mm.
I definitely didn't think there was one in Southside at all.
Yeah.
I didn't think that there were people gathering every week for open mics to get better and get their sets better. I didn't know there was a community at
From
all.
the last time I was on this podcast, it has grown. Like Mana has been
I think
fucking
I
murdering
think you're,
it with those two
you,
open mics.
But you too, man.
But like even
and with
I
these,
remember.
they've been a fucking blast.
But
It's-
what I'm trying to
it's
get
been
to
awesome.
right here, though, is I'm coming out. We're gonna come out. Dustin's gonna make me. We're gonna make him, and Seth's going with us. We're gonna come see
Sunday,
some shows. What's going on Sunday?
the 13th,
The
Sunday
show.
night.
Oh, you got a show on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
check
badass
your
one.
invites, or just do me a favor and delete your Facebook account. That'll help me out a lot.
He'll
Stop
be able to get a
wasting-
hold of you quicker.
I
So what
hit
time are you
those.
going
I
on
hit
on
those
Sunday?
invite limits very quick. Actually,
If you pick up
Sunday.
a Fort Worth Weekly and look at the mass, the
involves
mass
reading.
ad,
God, it's like, why do I have to? This is
A
why
very lazy person.
people are goddamn sheep, and they need to be told what to do.
We need a Fort Worth
Uh,
Weekly.
But
being right out
actually,
here at the end of my
Sunday,
driveway.
That's a good
Sunday,
idea.
I'm hosting the show, but there is no time for me because I added on my buddy Justin James. He's from here. He lived in L.A. He's in town for a little bit. I had him doing a guest spot, and then through our various comedy Facebook groups, a couple of comics out of Denver are going to be in town for like a week, and I added them on. I was just like, oh, I added 3 guest spots on this show. So
So you're not going
all
to
right.
intro at all?
No,
You're
no,
not
I'm
do,
gonna
like, 2 or
host
3?
it. I'm just not gonna do any material because I got 3 guest spots
Yeah,
that I
okay.
gotta throw on the show as well as everybody else.
That's this Sunday at Mass.
yeah, 9:00.
And when
But
you
it's still gonna be a great show because
a lot of people don't know this, but when you have a lot of, like you say, you have a full show now with how many? 5 or 6?
Sunday will be like technically 7,
Okay.
but
Even
every-
with 7 people, you'll be done in an hour and a half,
about
2
yeah,
hours, something like
ish.
that.
And it
It's
starts.
definitely under 2 hours.
See, that's the
Under
other
2
thing.
hours. It's not like going to see 7 bands.
yeah.
Yeah, see,
and
that's
it's
the
your
other thing
entire
is.
freaking night. It's wrapped up. You run a tight ship because they're right after each other.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have to not sleep, go straight to work, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can actually make an early night of it
You
because
can make
that's
it-
the other thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've got it
and
in a job
I've actually,
now.
actually a promotional point to like telling people. I'm just like it starts at 9. It's like a comedy movie.
Yeah.
It's over in about. I'm like they're about 75 to 90 minutes.
Who's the funniest person right now to see?
Like nationwide,
Just
or
fucking
locally?
locally in the community right now that
Locally,
you got to go see.
And I'm on record in conversation and even on Facebook. My buddy, I was right about this before a couple things happened. Wes Corwin is my favorite DFW comic. I said that like a year or so ago.
Mhm.
Since then, the Dallas Observer named him funniest comic. Now, as much as that mean, his accolades mean whatever.
Right.
Dallas Observer named him funniest comic in DFW 2018, and that was just like spot on. Yes, and he just won the funniest comic in Texas competition
Oh shit!
that the Improvs put on.
Yeah.
As much as that means anything, but that's still a great.
That's- yeah,
he
it's
got
so
their
cool.
money.
How
That
long
was
has he been
awesome.
doing it?
About
3 months.
5-6 years, maybe. He
Oh,
started
yeah?
out in Austin, lived in Memphis for a while, and then been here
Kind
for a
of
couple
found
of
his
years.
little home here.
And he puts on his own shows. He does an open mic at Noble Ray. Sometimes does a show there.
Yeah.
Something in
for
Plano
much
and maybe
longer.
on McKinney. What?
They-
Noble
they-
Ray
much
shut
longer.
no, they're not closing. They just filed. They're not closing.
They're not going to close?
They're not going to
Okay.
close. They just filed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Still,
Another one
Wes-
bites the dust, huh?
Wes
No.
Corwin is our I'm like, no, like you can't move anywhere. You're
Wes?
ours now.
Or
Wes.
Wes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's the best writer. Like
Yeah.
he has bits that just the best bits and just an amazing writer and just goes on there and he's like kind of clean as well, but not like you listen to it and you're not thinking I'm listening to a clean comic right now. But like reflecting back on it, you're like, yeah, he doesn't fucking say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's just some of the best bits, and he's one of the best writers.
Yeah.
And
So who you jamming nationwide then? National act.
one of my favorites for a while, and I'm really trying to book him, and I'm getting close. Kyle Kinane is always just one of my favorites
Yeah.
because I saw him at Amphibian a few years ago, and the guy that opened for him, Dave Ross, I've
Mhm.
had at Mass. A guy I have. So the 13th we have a show, but on the 16th I got Dave Stone. He does a podcast with Kyle Kinane called The Boogie Monster.
That's the one you were telling me about.
And it's them
I
just
want to come out to that.
just kind of fucking around. And Dave's originally out of Atlanta, done voice on the Squidbillies, Craig Ferguson's opener. And what's funny is the day after that, my buddy Patrick Cunningham, who's friends with Dave Stone because they've both been in the Atlanta scene together, and actually Patrick Cunningham is the first headliner of Laugh Your Mass Off. And so he's coming back through with a guy named Dual Aldridge, spelled the exact same way Duel does.
2 L's.
1 L or 2 L's?
2 L's.
2 L's.
The
Okay.
Duell. And I really want to get him a hat.
Well, Dustin and I
I will put this out to the band of Duel, all but 6 of you guys. I'll put you on the list for the Dave Stone show, because the Dave show, most of them are
just
free.
because of the name.
If I charge a cover, it's because I got a guarantee to pay.
Yeah.
And that's coming out of my wallet. But to the band Duel, specifically Nick, because I love that dude. He's awesome.
Have you texted him yet?
I'll
Yeah, maybe he can get a cheeseburger shirt. Those
I'll put
shirts
them
are
all on the
fucking
list for the
rad.
Dave Stone show. If I can get a dual hat to give to Dual Aldridge of either from Alabama or Atlanta. They
Dustin
live in
and
that
I are
area.
coming out this year. Our New Year's resolution was
Okay.
to start Duel with 3 L's.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It's a double
wanna
duel.
do
We're going
a-
to cover both duels.
And
No.
4
It's a cover
guitars.
band.
Yeah, I kind of want to
Yeah,
do
4
a
guitars.
female
It's going to be
cover
Jizz Pop.
of Duel, and it's going to be Duelle. Duel.
Ooh,
Dueling.
Duelle.
Duel.
It's French.
and like 3 of y'all sing.
It's French, stupid.
No, I can
Yeah,
do a pretty good
instead of
Belvy.
5
It's like
guitars,
boulette.
you have 5 singers
Boulet.
Even the drummer plays a guitar.
and
There
one
you
guitar.
go. Yeah.
It's just
We
kick
like
drum and guitar.
acapella the different
drum,
levels
hi-hat, and
of
guitar.
Belvy's voice. Ooh, I
Yeah.
could see that happening.
What's the guy's name? Duel what?
Dual F Aldridge is what he'll be and is what he is on social media.
And that's on the 16th, right?
Yeah. No, 17th.
It's on the 17th.
Yeah. The day after Dave Stone.
That's my birthday.
I've booked a lot of shows this month, and
Yeah.
So we're about to go to
God.
Vegas. Where should we go watch comedy in Vegas? Can you
I
point
would
us in the right
recommend-
direction
Toss.
there?
I would recommend anything because my buddy Mike Stanley, he's the reigning Laugh Your Mask Off headliner champion because he's headlined 3 shows there.
Mhm.
In the year and a half I've been doing shows there, he just happened to be in town coming through. He's a great comic, originally out of Detroit, lives in Denver now. He, like, through social media or something, Brad Garrett of Everybody Loves Raymond fame, he owns a comedy club in Las Vegas called Brad Garrett's Comedy Club. And Mike Stanley was just there over. Now, like, Mike's not going to be there, but because Brad Garrett, like, is a fan of Mike's, and he had Mike there over the New Year's Eve weekend or
Yeah.
week of. It's Vegas, so it's shit all the time.
Yeah.
So I would say, if I
Hit
can
that
the
up, huh?
Brad Garrett's Comedy Club, because he treated my buddy Mike nicely. And
Yeah.
Mike's a great dude, and so his comedy goes there. There's going to be somebody that's been there for like 6 months. Or
Yeah, they
whatever.
probably don't book bullshit out there, huh?
No,
I'm going
they got the money to book the shit that's going to sell out, or
Yeah.
justify
So have you
shit.
have you done any sets out on the West Coast?
Oh no,
at all?
man! I did.
You still sticking around here?
The most west I've done a comedy show is probably a restaurant off Eagle Mountain Lake.
Yeah.
It's a start. You just got to go a
There's
few.
some place you can go in
it's about
Weatherford.
700
Most
more
north
miles. You know.
would be Memphis. Most east would be Memphis. Most south would be Austin. But that's also the reason. Like, what I love about Laugh Your Mask Off is I'm able to meet all these other
that are
comics.
coming through town.
So, and I totally respect these comics that are coming through town. Possibly, they're just like, fuck it, let's just go on the road, and as long as they're
You're hooked up.
sweet. But also, I love being able to book comics here. So when I want to go to their neck of the woods, I can probably get on like a halfway decent, really good show.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, this guy hooked me up there. They're going to hook me up there. Like, I went out to Memphis a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Girlfriend and I went to Dollywood. Then stayed with my buddy Josh McClain, who will be playing in his band Heels at Mass in March.
Brother of John McClane.
I wish. No, he's Josh McClain used to play drums in the band Primer 55.
Ooh, I remember
I remember that band.
Yeah. Now he plays his band Heels, and they'll be playing Mass with this band called Dead Soft, who opened up for Dirty Nil. Alan Brown booked it. And I was like, can Heels get on it? He's like, fucking A, they can. Yeah, it was great.
Fucking right.
Or will be great. Come check them out in March. Awesome, like, folk, punk. It's cool shit. But what were we talking about?
Oh
What?
no, just wondering if you're gonna ever
Oh.
if you ever get
Oh,
the itch
yeah,
to go
I
out to
need
the
to
West
get my-
Coast, like go to
this
the Comedy
year-
Store or some shit and try to submit something to get on
This
up there.
year, I
I'm
would love
going.
to give out to Denver because Denver has a great scene, and I booked so many Denver comics.
That's what
In
I've
fact,
heard.
Sunday,
Huge.
there's going to be 2
Denver
comics
has a
from
good
Denver
comedy
there.
scene?
Oh, amazing.
Like Denver and
Yeah.
Vail. Out of all places,
'cause they-
They'll have
Fort
crazy.
Collins is getting really good right now too. A
Yeah.
lot of those Denver comics will kind of like book shows and do shows.
Is it all
and
pot humor though?
There might be some, but the elevation, might have an effect as well.
Just
But
the pot humor stuff.
Is everything horse and barbecue humor around here?
no,
I don't
there's-
know. I've never been to a
See?
show. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
not. But just
Only comedy
great
show I've ever been
comics.
to was on a fucking cruise, and it was horrible. I wanted
Well,
to
there's a
throw
reason
myself
why.
off
You
a
ever been
damn
to?
cruise.
There's a reason
I wanna
why,
just throw
because there's
myself
no
off.
escape except the ocean.
Yeah.
And so
Have you ever seen? You've never seen any, like a big tour come through
No.
or anything?
my first ever comedy show at the Majestic Theater, and this was years before I even
Pauly
thought
Shore.
about doing it. Oh God, no.
I went. It was great.
Opening up, he's this comic that tours with Stanhope all the time. Brendan, I can't remember his name. Anyways, not the
I wish it was
popular
Brendan
part.
Small.
Oh, I wish. So basically, Mitch
So do I.
Hedberg, Lewis Black, David Tell was the first
Metal.
comedy show I ever saw.
That's
I
good.
still haven't watched it.
And that was it was the best. And that was like Lewis Black at his height.
Yeah.
David Tell, fresh off Skanks from the Memories. And
Was Lewis Black all political yet?
Oh yeah.
He
This
was-
was
he
like
was hardcore,
peak
like, at the
Lewis
peak of it?
Black,
Okay.
and it was great.
Because he
I
was
loved-
angry, and then he got angry political.
Oh yeah.
and now
And
he's just kind
that's-
of all over the place.
That's when I really started.
I don't
oh,
think I've
I had
seen
so many
anything
Lewis
from
Black
him.
CDs.
Like anything
They were
recent
great.
from him.
He's kind of.
He's had a Netflix thing
got a
a couple
Netflix
of years
special.
ago. It was
Yeah.
good, but just wasn't like Bush.
It felt
to me,
scattered.
Fuck Trump is good for comedy, all that shit. No, if you want to look back, Bush was good for comedy.
Yeah.
Because The Daily Show was
Bush was
awesome.
fucking hilarious too.
And he
was
was
funny.
also like you could make fun of the president,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like there wasn't. You didn't. Everything
still-
didn't need to be about Bush.
I will still watch the video of him dodging that shoe. The look on his
That's
face,
so
just
funny.
like, oh no, a shoe.
And that guy was killed, right? They executed that dude, right?
Are you serious?
Yeah, you're in the Middle East.
They fucking killed that
I
guy.
think they took him out. and it was like
Damn.
a few hours later, they killed him.
The U.S. did, or the
Whatever country they were at.
I think it
'cause
was
he
Iraq.
That's
Wasn't
what you get for heckling, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
die.
Threw a
fucking
shoe.
heckle
You
George
don't-
W. Bush.
Don't heckle in Iraq.
Yeah, but you're right.
You don't heckle a Texan.
I think I think Trump is actually. We thought it was going to be great for podcast comedy, and it ran its course. But comedy in general, I think it's been bad because it's so easy.
Also,
it's like a softball
if you're a
toss.
hack and that's
If
all
you're
you're
a hack,
talking
yeah.
about, then fucking write some good original shit. Like
Not the
most,
same old
most
Cheeto
comics.
hair shit.
But that's what the Trevor
That's
Noahs of
stupid.
the world can do.
Ugh.
And I'm in the Saturday Night Lives. I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, I'm fucking over it.
Burned
Yeah.
out.
Because every media
We're on our
outlet,
third year.
everything Trump
Yeah.
does, as awful as it usually is, I'm like, we get it, but we
Neat.
also have access to the same websites. We understand how fucking absurd and ludicrous this all is. Are you still a comedy-based, entertainment program? Can you please go back to that and be funny? Like,
Mhm.
like that's why like Colbert Report was so great. The Daily Show, when they had their Daily Show correspondents, and they're out kind of doing their own little thing, and that's what's so great. We got so many. We got Samantha Bee, Jason James. Jason, is that his name? Or her husband, basically.
Yeah.
Like all those great correspondents, Stephen
From the
Carell,
Daily, yeah,
John Oliver.
from the
They
Daily
kind of
Show.
go out doing their own little thing, and so it wasn't just like just different
Constantly being
variations of
beat
the
over
Trump
Trump.
narrative. And
Have you listened
Bush was
to-
great for comedy, man.
He was
I
good.
would, man. Jeb
So
Bush
was
should
man.
have been
Honestly,
president.
Bill
That'd have been
Clinton was
great.
great for comedy too.
Oh, yeah,
the shit
yeah.
he
There's
did
so
was
much
fucking
gold there.
awesome.
Have you listened to Sunday's No Agenda?
No,
Yeah.
I'm staying away from No Agenda because it's making me fucking
Angry?
crazy. No, I just think the whole world's about to end if I listen to it too much.
They brought up a good point that they played some clip where some radical is saying, and it's someone that's in, I think, the California Senate says, fuck that motherfucker.
Oh
Donald
yeah, it
Trump,
was
fuck
the
him, blah, blah, blah.
no, it was that congresswoman that
the
just got.
congresswoman, okay?
Yeah,
So she's going nuts.
she
And
said
they
we're going
brought
to
up a
impeach that
good-
motherfucker.
Yeah, they brought up a good comparison of that, what she said, and how harsh and heinous it is, but everybody's just kind of like, meh, whatever, to what the Dixie Chick said about President Bush.
Yeah,
And how
At a
everybody got
concert?
all freaked out.
Oh,
Yeah.
And got crazy and burnt all their records.
Times
and
have
shit, and they
changed,
killed
man.
them. Like, now it's just
I think
brutal.
times have changed. I think it gets back to what Brian was talking about, how everybody can just go on Twitter and be like make whatever joke they want. It's conditioned this country to where you can fucking be as offensive as you want and be empowered. Like you can run for office, and as long as you're against the Cheeto monster, and come out with something abrasive as anything, you can do it. You can say anything you want. Look at how many times he's been called a fucking Hitler.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
the fucking Hitler.
But the problem,
not Hitler,
the fucking Hitler,
but the fucking Hitler.
The thing is though, we joked around when he got put in office, and we were like, "This is going to be great for comedy," and it was for about a week.
Oh yeah,
I was kind of done.
1
with
week. And now it's just like anytime.
Within his 100 days,
do local guys even mess? I wouldn't even mess with that if I was a young
if
local
Trump
dude.
is mentioned, it's literally
everybody's
like
like,
in
"Oh,
a
shit."
prepositional phrase or something you're trailing off in.
He got trumped.
Because like when I started stand-up comedy, my biggest influence, I wanted to be, and this was just like the raw young person I was like, I want to be the next Carlin, I want to be the next Bill Hicks. That's what I want to do. I want to be stand-up comic like that.
Yeah.
And then when you
I think
start
Carl
doing,
would be rolling over in his
when you
grave
start going to open mics and you're literally, I'm like, that's a bad, like Carlin, fucking touring, selling out theaters. Hicks, in his best shows in England, selling out theaters. Over here, trying to be relevant. Second Life on, postmortem or posthumously online. And so it was just us devouring his material through his various albums. Carlin, like, those are terrible examples for a young comic because also they're talking to a national audience who is on board with what they're saying. But as a nobody, first-timer comic, those are two terrible influences. And your better influences should be someone like Jim Gaffigan, Brian Regan. So, like, real, just true blue stand-up comics. Jeff Foxworthy.
Dudes
someone
that
who's
just
just trying
walked
to
off the
say
street.
some funny shit.
Yeah.
Which should
Talk
be
about everyday life.
yeah, which still should be like mostly the crux of what you're talking about. Like people like Rogan can talk about bigger concepts because that's what their audience kind of expects. And if you're fucking playing the majestic and you're like David Cross, you can talk about the bigger topics because you just you're allowed to do that. It's much less personal of a performance than it is at Man of Southside or even a comedy club where it's much more intimate. But when you get to like the Texas theater, majestic size shit, you can talk about way more national, broad, global topics. And that's, when a lot of those people influence you and you're like, I want to write bits like that. But when it's you and at that open mic, at that bar, where you're lucky if 5 people are actually genuinely paying attention to what you're doing, they don't want to hear that shit because they already have access to that. They have the Daily Show, Saturday Night Live, and all those comics they can go see. You're trying to prove who the fuck you are. It's like, I'm Brian Breckenridge. I'm here to say this.
That's
You're
interesting,
like,
man.
Wait,
I bet a lot of comics fall
you got to
into
start
that.
from. That's why you got to be like, oh fuck, this like grand point and magical opinion, this nuanced opinion that everybody's already heard already.
Yeah,
No, you got to scrap all that shit and be like, who am I, the person? What weird shit do I see in my daily life that's going to be like, yeah, that happened to me the other day. Like
Be
the
relatable.
crux, the root of all comedy, which is like, that shit's really fun. That happened to me the other day. Or I thought about that. Like some of the best bits are bits that like, like Jim Gaffigan, like you're cooking a Hot Pocket. A lot of people are just like, Hot Pocket. Like you think about that shit. If you can forever ruin a word or a few words or a phrase for somebody, that to me is one of the best bits.
Yeah.
So many comics have bits like that, and you just you don't think about them. It might be hard to bring up in your head in the midst of conversation like this, but when you're there and you hear somebody say it, you're like, yeah, that guy's bit was really good. Like to me, that's some of the best bits.
Yeah,
and I don't try to write like that, but
that's interesting because the same could say as music. When a band tries to get a sound of a certain band that's a national touring band, it usually doesn't work out. And I never thought of that with comedy. If you go into writing things and you're trying to sound like Dane Cook or some shit like that,
Like you should shoot yourself.
and you just go do a bunch of cocaine,
anyways,
and then steal a bunch of jokes and go pace back and forth, like you're probably not going to be successful at mass. You know what I mean? But if you tie it down, to
if you got the right energy, then fuck it. If you're bringing it, people will laugh. Then they'll probably be like,
"That's it."
Like,
I'm watching every Dane Cook video.
That guy was a lot like Dane Cook. Why did I laugh at that? But because I'll even admit, when Dane Cook first came out on the scene, I fucking loved that shit.
I never thought he was funny.
You also liked Limp Bizkit, didn't you?
Oh, dude,
At first,
my first concert ever,
and Kid Rock.
So Limp Bizkit was the headliner.
Disturbed.
Kid Rock opened.
I won tickets to the Family Values tour through the Edge. back when it still sucked,
1998?
but
1998?
99, because Korn was the first headliner, and I was a freshman in high school.
Edema.
Yeah,
So-
but it was
So
it was
Limp Bizkit
99.
headlined.
99's when we graduated, but 98 it was the fall of
Oh,
98.
opener, yeah, it was fall.
It was
Actually,
October
they had
of
to
1998.
they had to reschedule because Fred had like a thing. Opener.
Yeah.
So technically, the first band I ever saw live. I don't think I even seen like some bar band or something. 'Cause my
Yeah.
family's very uncool. We didn't know musicians or anything. Primus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They opened, and then Stained, first album, like playing all that shit, the heavy shit from the first album.
Mud Shovel.
Mud Shovel and all the other. Those are some heavy tracks
yeah,
on that
that was-
first album.
That was 99. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I went to 98, not 99.
Dude, those other tracks
Went
on
to
that
both.
first album, though, those like
He's
was
a
the
country
heaviest
guy
shit they
now.
ever did. Oh yeah.
Aaron Lewis.
Been a while.
He's
then-
a trumper.
He
Third
played
act.
Actually,
Billy
I
Bob.
don't know
Bob.
if he is or not.
Third act, Redman and Method Man.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
So
that.
that was like, and then
Are you talking about
was
the Family
cool.
Value show?
yeah,
Yeah.
and then Filter,
Crystal
Hey
Method.
man, nice shot.
which I have a buddy, my buddy Cameron Taylor that sings for Secret of Boris. Like he's a huge Filter fan. Like he was probably at one of those 9 Inch
He
Nails
hates
shows.
Filter.
one.
I didn't mind
But-
Filter at all. I thought they were a good band. The Fold song that they did, the same album as "Awake on My Airplane."
Dude, that like
I don't
track
like
9 or 10
that
on
song
that
wasn't
is really
good, but the like the Fold song though, the dun 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 dun.
they had some
dun,
heavy,
dun.
never
they had
listened to
some
that
heavy
whole album.
tracks on that album, man. That was,
They did.
and-
He hates Filter.
He
no,
was heavy.
forget the airplane song. That is
He
nuts.
hates
That is-
Filter because he's a Trent Reznor snob. That's
Oh.
why.
Hey, he got kicked out of 9 Inch Nails for some reason.
But also, I get it. You listen to a lot of good shit, and I'm one of those people. I'm just like I
Filter
can
or
kinda
Stabbing
respect-
Westward.
Yeah.
Or which one?
I'll take Stabbing Westward over
I'll-
Filter.
I'll take Stabbing Westward over Filter.
Damn. I don't know,
God Lives
maybe the
Underwater
same-
or Stabbing Westward.
God Lives Underwater.
God Lives Under. Well, you already answered.
I've heard maybe one of their
was gonna
songs.
say Filter,
and
God
I
Lives
don't.
Underwater.
I remember being like, "This is all right," but also I was like, it was like '99 when I heard it.
I
don't
think Dustin might be my only friend that knew of Stabbing Westward and God Lives Underwater.
Gravity Kills.
I wouldn't.
I had that album, baby.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I had that
Drove me
album.
nuts, man. That's because I was working at the radio station when that came out.
They're from Oklahoma, right?
Yep.
And then tried to play Denton
think they
as
are.
their home.
I think they are.
But
Yeah.
who was from San Antonio? Or was it Austin?
I don't know who.
Yes, you do.
Oh, turn me on, Mr. Deathman.
Union Underground.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I know way
was it
too
San,
much.
it was San Antonio, right?
Yeah,
Or
San
they-
Antonio.
Yeah.
Dude, I listened to some of that underground new metal.
Turn me on,
Taproot, Pressure 4-5.
Oh, yeah,
man.
Taproot.
Taproot.
Dude,
God.
Il
They were like
Nino? Did you ever listen to Il
Taproot.
Nino?
A
Yeah,
little
fuck
bit.
yeah.
they were one of
Taproot-
the heavier ones because they were on Roadrunner.
Taproot was like the diet Limp Bizkit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Limp
true.
Bizkit
Like
minus
Diet
the
Limp.
sex.
Yeah.
But
the
the
diet
real
Limp Bizkit.
Diet Limp Bizkit was POD.
Not, I thought POD
That
was a
was
cool
the-
ass band. The
No,
Southtown.
because they were little.
You're in the Southtown. That
POD
song was cool.
POD had some POCs
Then I saw
in
them
there.
live.
Wordplay.
There you go.
And so they were able to get away. And they didn't even
Yeah, I
rap
saw 'em
that
live.
much.
And they
That song, Southtown,
They didn't
that's
count
what
because
got
they
me
were
into 'em.
Christian though.
Y'all want to do something?
Light Christian.
Y'all want to do something real quick?
What?
I came across this list yesterday,
You
and
want to do a list?
I was gonna
Is that
do
what
it.
you're saying?
It's the beginning of the year. Let's do a list.
No. It
I
is.
gotta- I
no,
gotta-
this list,
What list?
is the bands, 15 bands, and I'm taking 2 off because I
Oh.
don't think they count. So I'm doing 13 bands that have never put out a bad album.
Okay.
Ooh, never put out a bad
A
album.
bad album?
A bad album.
Man, that's a
And I want to see if you guys agree with
Hot
this
takes
list.
are coming.
yeah.
And I was kind of like, because there's some in there. I know you're going to disagree with some.
I'm trying to think of a
Are there
band that I
bands
don't
in there
think
that
has had
have
a
like
bad
15 fucking albums though? Because I think that's a little unfair.
No, it's
Yeah.
like 2, 3, 4 albums. you
Okay,
know.
sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Because when bands reach
Number
that
one.
point,
Metallica. No.
They have some
Shit
steaming
albums.
piles.
All right, so these are in no order. Okay, so Death.
Death. I can't really think of a bad album, but the problem is Death.
Do you listen to Death?
I've heard
The Death-
some. I wouldn't think I've listened to enough to have a good opinion. But like, I've liked what I've heard.
You're talking
so
to the
I'll leave it up
thing
to
is
the real
though
fans.
a metal like you're talking about a tech metal and death metal person that would say that they have not had any bad albums though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that'd be a better question for Dave.
Well, Dave would say there's not a bad death album.
There, I mean, if you listen to it, the thing is, I
talked
can
about
listen
that.
to Death though and be like, I've had enough and turn it off though.
Yeah, you get
And
tired of it.
It's not because I think it's a bad
Well,
album or
that's
something.
okay.
It's just,
The next band, that's where I fall in.
okay, let's hear the next one.
Opeth.
I don't.
I'm not a
an
super
Opeth
huge fan of
guy.
Opeth fan.
So I don't know how to judge that one.
I don't know enough about them.
They
Okay,
bored me to
you
death.
will
When we
know-
saw them with Mastodon, they bored me to death.
The other two bands
Sorry,
I
Opeth
took
fans.
out. The other two bands I took out was YOB and Bolt Thrower.
Oh, fucking Bolt Thrower's awesome.
Bolt Thrower's awesome, but I haven't.
So I'm
heard
also a
enough,
Warhammer
and they're
40K fan.
Man, you have
so
to
I'm
have a
just like,
great album to not have a bad
That's
one, right?
that's what I had. Okay, so from here on out, you guys will know every one of these bands and should know every one of their
I'm
albums.
going on the record that Bolt Thrower is awesome.
They are. I'm just saying though, you got to be.
If I worked
You have to have
out,
a
it would be
track
to Bolt
You have
Thrower.
to
of-
know Bolt Thrower.
Yeah,
All right, Mastodon.
there's been a bad Mastodon album. That Hunter album was not that great.
Oh, dude, I still like that one. Blastoids, like that
I
shit.
don't.
Oh,
I
There's
did
some
not
good
like
stuff
Hunter.
on there, but
I
the
was
soundtrack was
very
weak.
resistant to.
Oh yeah, the spaghetti western soundtrack they did wasn't that good. I
I
didn't
didn't
think
like it.
because they overhyped it.
I heard how bad
Was it
that was.
what was it called? The comic, the western.
Yeah, I know what you're
What's it
talking
called?
about. Because it had the
Noah.
dude, it had the
not
dude
Noah,
in it.
yeah,
Oh, you're close.
not
Jonah Hex.
Noah. Jonah Hex. Yeah, that's it.
I never listened to that, so but
Noah
also
Hex.
I wouldn't count a soundtrack.
I don't think that counts either. I think they're full blown studio albums with.
I
rap.
don't. I consider Hunter a bad album by Mastodon though.
This
Sorry,
next
guys.
band, I totally agree with.
What?
Gojira. There's not a bad Gojira album.
There's some bad songs, I think, but not a bad album. You're right.
No.
There's not really. That's one of those bands you can put on Spotify and listen to the
Listen
whole
to everything.
every single
I can
song.
listen to everything.
Yeah, every record I should say. So yeah, Gojira I would say is one of those bands.
Now here I have a problem, and I refer to you guys. System of a Down.
I did not hear like their last couple of albums, so
The thing about System of a Down is they had good songs on every album, but not every album would I consider.
Do they
good.
outweigh? Are there enough good songs on an album to make the album good?
No. That last one with the party time, that was like there was two other good songs on that album, I thought. Which one was that anyway? The one where they did dun 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 it sounded like a Metallica song.
I don't know them that
The-
well. I don't know that.
Everybody's dancing in the park,
Oh.
having a real
BYOB?
BYOB.
Yeah, but the
There was like-
mesmerize and whatever. It was like a double
Hypnotize.
album. Yeah.
Hypnotize.
that the
So
last
there was
thing
like-
they released.
There was like 3 good songs I thought on that
No, I
on that
think that
LP,
I think that they probably are still making things, but
and the rest was
I don't know.
crap. I thought
I just know
Let's-
everything that
Toxicity and the one with
the two bands
spiders.
cover. I
Yeah,
know all those songs.
Toxicity and
Yeah.
no, they did BYOB.
They
Spec did
Spec
BYOB.
did BYOB.
The greatest System of a Down cover set I've ever seen in my life.
Oh shit! There's gonna be fighting words now.
Why?
There's another System of a Down cover band.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, the Huff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just told you the best one I saw.
Whoa!
That show that show sticks in my mind.
It was pretty brutal.
Did you
It
go
was
to
insane.
the other show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did go to the other show. Did you go to the Spectacle one?
Wait, no. Never mind. Then it was the
Which party
first. The
people?
first time they did that.
The
The one where the second you went to the second show of them doing that.
what are you talking about? Which one?
They've done that.
The
They've
Spec
done
or Huffer?
Huffer,
I've only seen them do it once.
and they've done that set twice.
The difference was I think the reason why Spectacles is so good was the fucking power that the second guitarist plays.
Yeah,
When you have
that's
two
true.
guitarists playing System of a Down,
It was
that's
pretty
badass.
brutal. It was
And
pretty heavy.
there were people coming off. Remember that show was one of the greatest local rock shows I've ever been to.
That's one of the best do for it Halloween.
Yeah, and there was people coming in to the Curtain. This was the last time I went to the Curtain Club.
Because I
Was that
thought
show?
System of a Down was
They
in there.
fucking thought System of a Down was playing the fucking venue. And they were all dancing. All these kids came in and they were all jumping up and down and everything. It was just, and then
Yeah, there were
that
a lot
was
of people that walked in and were like, "Oh, we
yeah,
don't." And then there were a few people that walked in and were like looking at it and were like, "Is that? Is
Yeah.
that really what?"
Why the two guitars? What the fuck's going on here?
Next band.
But Huffers is really good too. I'll say that too. It's just two
Okay.
different sets.
Dig yourself out now. Tool.
Yeah.
Those are all pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good.
I
They're all
love
pretty
Tool.
good. Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, another one, man. Not really a bad album
Not a
with
bad
Rage.
album.
If there was the one that didn't they have a cover album?
Renegades, but that was good too.
Yeah,
That was
pretty much.
solid.
It was the weakest of all their albums, though, right? You agree?
The Lane Staley era of Alice in Chains.
Yeah. Okay.
Dirt.
I had to think
Facelift,
about. Okay, you're
Sap.
saying Lane Staley.
Yeah.
Lane
I even
Staley.
hate that they're sometimes called a grunge band just because I'm like, yeah, I'm
was
like,
a metal
I
band.
get it. Yeah, they were like just.
They were a sludge metal band on
I have a
Facelift.
question.
I would say sludge metal rock.
Would you have been
Just-
all right? Here's an off the
Lane's voice is
Here's an
too
off the
fucking
beaten
good.
path.
Five or left.
Alice in Chains fucking question. Would you guys have been okay if Jerry Cantrell just said fuck Alice in Chains after he died?
Yeah, because I liked his Boggy Down Depot albums
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah, he could have just
And he
done
could've
a
just kept
solo
doing that
thing and
stuff.
quit doing Alice in Chains altogether.
He wouldn't be playing as big as arenas. Like he'd
Yeah.
probably go trees and all that. But if they didn't find the guy they have
Arenas,
now,
you mean casinos?
oh yeah, oh,
I don't know.
Is he even a casino crowd kind
It's
of
just
dude?
a part of me
They
that was
always
like
play Windstar.
they do.
Every time they
as
come
Alice in
through, it's playing
Chains,
Windstar.
but I don't think Jerry
Mm-hmm.
Cantrell would get
Oh, yeah,
Windstar
that's true.
money.
But I just think that I think he should have just taken the.
He also had the opportunity to
I
go
don't know.
into
It's not,
Metallica,
man.
right?
I'm not in the same position, so it's hard for me to say that. But like, you watch that old footage of Alice in Chains when Lane Staley was still a little bit lucid, and you're like, that was a fucking
That
killer
Facelift
band.
Live
Facelift Live is
Is
amazing,
awesome.
and you hear that veracity in Lane's voice, and just they're so cocky on stage. They're all playing with their shirts off and fucking just. It's awesome.
Lane Staley has like 3 giant dreads.
Yeah.
And they're just whipping
Yeah.
around everywhere. It looks like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Next up, Nirvana.
No, I loved all the Nirvana albums too,
Put
man.
one on. I like it.
I don't. That's another one that on Spotify, if I go through a Nirvana day, that I'll start with Insecticide and just fucking listen to every single thing they got.
I would put that one on just to get it out of the way first.
I love Incesticide.
I do too. Such a
I
great
love it.
album.
That one grates at me out of all of them. I don't know why.
You know, that was the first CD I bought. Was that?
Incesticide. First
That
one
and,
I bought was Nevermind.
Bleach was one of my first CDs to buy.
I can't remember what the other one. I bought 2. It might have been Stone Temple Pilots.
Core.
It might have been Core.
Next up, the White Stripes.
dude. White Stripes.
I'm not a fan.
I've never heard anything off the radio that's played off the radio for
Okay,
them.
this
but-
is another one of the bands that I've I haven't listened to enough to know what's a bad White Stripes album.
I mean, I like some stuff, but I'm not a huge fan, so I don't know.
That's kind of how I
Do
feel
you-
about some of the original.
What is it? The
ones y'all listed?
One Finger
I'm not
March?
Versed enough.
What's it called?
The White Stripes have never been a
White
band I don't
Stripes
think is worthy of a big
that-
venue.
7,000 Man March.
No,
or
it's
whatever?
a Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation Army. That's it.
That's a corner kick. That's
Does that
a
beat you
quarter
down
kick
now when you hear
song.
that at a sporting event, or does it still give you a sports
No,
weenie?
it doesn't give me a
Boner.
sports weenie at all, but
Sports
it
weenie.
does. It is funny when Velvet Lovebox does it.
They do it?
Yes, they do it.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
But
We
it's
sing it
funny.
in the Hellfire.
All right, I don't know enough to
All
say
right.
about White Stripes.
Here we go. These 3 are the big ones, and you're gonna have an issue with one of them.
Henry
but
the Archer.
Not this one. The Dillinger Escape Plan.
No,
I've
there's
loved
not a
it
bad
all.
album. Not a bad
That's
album.
all awesome.
They're all awesome.
It's
Go
an
on,
acquired
let's play.
taste. I'm sure there's some assholes
yeah.
listening to our
No,
show
there
going,
will be.
"Fuck you, man."
There's a lot of people that have. I've gone to listen to Dillinger after
You guys are
talk
fucking
about so much,
crazy.
and you guys are fucking stupid and insane. How
Yeah,
do y'all listen to this? Are y'all
Man.
deaf?
that's no toe tapping music there, Dustin.
I can't foursquare to this.
They don't like that shit up at Texas Billiards.
Or
Fuck
square
no,
dance,
dude.
square dance.
Dude, Texas Billiards is about trap music and fucking country, like terrible country too.
And
not
maybe
good
some
country.
5-finger death punch.
A lot of
A
five.
lot of
finger
five-
death
I ran into a
punches.
guy who was like the only good. Like he was like, I was like, you listen to metal? I'm like, yeah, man, I listen to a lot of metal. I
Oh,
was
that's
telling him-
such a kick to the nuts. I know
Oh, I
exactly
know.
what you're
He
about
was
to
like,
say.
yeah, it's like, oh, like you like 5-finger death punch? I'm like, no, they're not really my thing. He's like, man, I like all, they like do a lot of shit for the military. That's pretty cool. But nothing he said was like, I really enjoyed their music. The whole reason he liked them was because they did a lot of their pro-military. I'm just like, well, maybe you should tell me how much you love their music.
You know what?
And I could take you seriously, but they are an awful fucking band.
They are awful. And you know what? If they had the balls and were that pro-military,
Yeah.
they should allow open carry at their concerts.
Oh,
You know what I do now?
Because Vegas, baby, and you don't.
I wasn't
I'm
going to
not.
go there.
I think it's because it's band shirt. You probably get a little more of it than me now these days because you have long hair. But I think when you wear band shirts,
Was that the last
people
on the 15
fucking
bands?
will beeline to you if they
There's two
see you
left.
wearing a Mastodon shirt or something, or Lamb of God or something like that, and they're like, "So you metal up, bro?
I can't afford
So you
those
fucking
shirts.
you guys, what do you think about that new 5-finger death punch? And you know what? I'm gotten kicked in the nuts so many times with that question, especially at my girlfriend's bar. Oh, Brittany says you like metal.
How about 5-finger death punch?
So what do you think? I'm
Like-
to the point now.
They blow the shit out of Pantera.
When they ask me,
No, they
here's
covered
what I do.
Offspring awfully, and that. God,
Here's what I do.
fucking song.
When they say, "Hey, you listen to 5-finger death punch," I just go like this now.
I-
No.
Turn
I
and walk
don't.
away. Just turn and walk away.
Like, I don't know.
Save
like,
yourself.
I don't know. You like
I don't
Clutch?
care. I know it's an asshole move.
Steer it away.
I know it's an asshole move, but I don't want to have this conversation with you at all, period, anymore. So, no, I don't. I fucking no.
Or you
And
just
then
start
I
singing Bad Company to them.
God, that cover is
Who's
awful.
the one that does the vital friend?
Disturbed.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. So, I guess you like
I
Disturbed.
actually don't
Nah,
hate
fuck.
their Land of Confusion cover.
That's not a bad cover. It really isn't.
What
All
about
right,
their
Dude, it kind of
midlife
bumps,
crisis?
man. It kind of bumps.
Or
What about their midlife
Shout?
crisis?
Oh, fuck that.
Two left. Between the Buried and Me.
Not a bad album.
You don't like the two new EPs,
I don't-
though.
I haven't heard
You said that
Automata.
2
You
weeks
kind of
ago.
called me out there,
I
didn't
haven't
you?
heard
You kinda-
those.
I like Automata.
Trip me up.
1 and 2.
I'll
I like
I'll vouch for their first album.
not
up
a
to,
bad album,
Colors, but after that, I haven't listened to much.
I
after
can
that.
listen to. Oh, you haven't listened to Coma Ecliptic?
Coma
I've heard
Ecliptic
listened to
is epic.
some.
Dude,
of
you
that.
gotta listen to that thing.
I just-
And then
there's- how
after you
much
listen
other
to
shit I
it,
listen to?
then listen to the live version of it, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Colors was amazing though.
Colors is amazing.
And
That's
the live version of Colors is awesome. Too.
Colors was my introduction.
His
and then
growls,
I went back to Alaska.
I really I
and-
like the singer. I like the shit he does for things, but he does have some pretty weak growls. It just sounds weird because I'm like, I
It's
get
that
what you're
new,
doing.
That new.
He just
emo-ish
because he
sound.
does do the singing at some point. So I understand he's just not like a fucking pure growler. I get that.
It's
but
like he's scared to
even
go
record-
guttural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Because he might damage himself.
that first album, because
probably
you
why.
heard him doing that.
probably why.
despite the inferior recording of that time, because it was their first album and all that.
Yeah.
But that and Silent Circus, he was definitely going for it. But it was just like, oh shit, we're in this for the long haul. We're playing bigger places.
I should probably pull off on the.
And it's just a little weaker sounding growl than I'm like, man, if he could.
That's
but
like
I get
Mike
it.
Patton.
I don't-
Mike Patton does the same. He doesn't go full on guttural really anymore. He kind of will reel it in, and he knows how to do it in the studio. He knows how to do it to where it's not damaging. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten to.
Which
He's
I don't
kind
want
of
to
a
shit
pro
on
with
too
that.
much because I'm like, yeah, you
Yeah.
get your own fucking vocal cords to think of here.
Faith No
but this
More's
is
never
how
put out
I
a bad
would
album.
really like to hear it though.
They're not on this list.
They should be because they've never put out a bad album.
Last
Faith
band.
No More.
Last band. Meshuggah.
Okay, once again,
You
I've
gotta
enjoyed everything. I've seen them twice live.
Meshuggah's in that same boat as
Unless
Death.
it's
with me.
something I
Love
could
Meshuggah.
specifically hear. I've listened to Chaos Fear and Nothing probably the most, and maybe Catch 33.
Chaos
Catch
Fear's
33
such a
is
good album.
one
But-
song.
Say what?
Isn't Catch 33 the one song? It's the entire length of the record?
No. That was a. I think that one was just called I.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
Aye.
Chaos
It's
Fear might be in my
it's a
top,
60-minute
in the
But
top 20 metal
Their newer
albums of all
stuff,
time.
which I really like, I it's hard to even tell from the like. It could be everything after Nothing could just be
You know what the problem
It
with
could
them
just be
is?
one album to me.
You know what the problem with Meshuggah
But I really
is?
love them. I
You know,
love
like
them.
Meshuggah.
you know what the problem with Meshuggah is? And you'll agree with me, I bet.
It starts hurting.
It's
Or it
The-
hurts me.
Yeah.
after a while.
it's the gent movement in metal because they did it before there was all these gent
They
bands.
started a genre that they
and-
are not a part of.
that they're not a part of. Exactly. And that's aggravating.
Yeah.
Because now when you listen to the new Meshuggah, you're like, man, so many fucking bands are doing this now. I don't want to hear this shit.
I never put them with gent though, because I always
They're-
put them
they're
with.
the-
Well,
they're
because
the-
they
they're the
started-
inventors of
That's what's
gent.
so weird is they started a genre that they're kind of don't play that.
Right.
They created
It's
a
weird.
tone for basically these metalcore bands to start doing proggy gent stuff, and then that's
I
what.
always thought they were more mathy and
Oh, yeah, yeah,
progressive.
yeah.
No, but yes, they're
They
total
are.
math
Not the-
metal. But they also
Well,
invented
right,
gent.
but yeah.
I'll say a band that's not on that list that should be Typo Negative.
Did you see that interesting article
I love
that
Typo
Revolver?
Negative, and I need more people
Did you
to
see the-
agree with
No,
me.
I love Typo
Yeah,
Negative.
did
I'm
you see
just
the
trying to
article
think.
that came out this week?
Their last
on
album
Revolver?
was amazing.
They interviewed the band members and picked their brain about how Peter Steele was before he got sober and after he got sober. And it's a good read. It's in Revolver, I believe. On there was a link in Twitter, and it was this last week. Go look it up.
Jesse, do you like
it's
Typo
very-
Negative?
it's very
You're on the
interesting.
dark side
I
of
do.
things.
I didn't know
do
I
like
did.
Typo
Did you know he was an
Negative.
introvert?
Every
like a total,
goddamn
he did not like touring.
Halloween.
He didn't like touring at all.
Oh, he did.
And he went on the road with Pantera.
Yeah.
So
There's a video of him sweeping the stage.
What am I
Did you
looking
know-
at?
That's funny.
What am I looking at?
Did you know he completely got sober after that incident? He had some incident with a girl, like something happened when he was drunk and he was out of control. And from that day, he had to go to court because of that.
He ate a girl. Like
No, he didn't eat a girl. But from that
Saw her
day,
in
when
half
he
and
went to
started
court,
munching
when
down
he
on
went
her.
to court, he decided I'm sobering up. I don't give a fuck. And he went on the road. He did everything and did not stray away from that point on. He just fucking said, "I'm done with drugs and alcohol." They also said that he was he was one of the only people that they knew that could do 2 8-balls and eat 2 pizzas in one night.
Jesus.
He didn't.
He
give a-
also
just
started
fucking-
doing coke like in his later 30s.
Yeah, he got into
He didn't
drugs
even,
way
like-
late.
Yeah.
I won't forget
Gross.
like that. The show they opened for Pantera was so epic at Fair Park
Yeah.
Coliseum because it was so evil. That was the first time I ever saw them. But I had Bloody Kisses. It was right after Bloody Kisses came out, and
You
was
got to read
listening
that
the hell out of
interview,
that.
man.
And they were so badass. And then
That's what I was looking at.
the last
think
time
it's
I saw
Revolver.
them was at 1:00 at Ozfest in the middle of the day.
And they were
Oh.
just completely white.
Completely,
It was awesome.
weird, but they didn't sound good, and it wasn't this place for Typo
They look
Negative.
cool.
Yeah,
though. I
they're,
thought it
uh,
looked
Was
cool.
it?
They're a place
That was
with-
the one
needs
where
a
Marilyn
fucking
Manson played,
ceiling.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw them on their last tour ever at Southside Ballroom with the Celtic Frost opening.
that would have been so.
That was on their
Was
last
it the 20
tour,
great
and-
Peter Steele quotes?
If
Because that was like 5 days ago on Revolver.
it might have been. But there's an
Forgive
actual
her,
interview where
for
they
she
talk
does
to
what she
the
does.
actual band members about him, about Peter Steele.
They put that
how
song
they-
on Rocksmith, and I play the
Like, he
shit out of
didn't
it on
even-
bass.
Do you know he was a guitar player? He didn't even want to play bass,
Yeah,
and he freaking hated vocals.
and that song is chorded bass all through it.
Yeah,
You're playing chorded.
yeah.
I don't know why more bass players don't play like
Was
that.
that the
He
last
just
on the
fucking-
list?
He played
Yep,
that
Michigan
like
was
he
it.
played his dick. It was just like it was just as big too.
Or like when Jimi
Hey.
Hendrix wrestled a snake.
That's what Peter Steele was doing every night.
Or when you ride the white snake.
Or when you make love.
It has 62.
Do you look in the
That
mirror?
song's awesome. And their
I just
cover
bought-
of Summer Breeze
I got-
gives me a hard on every time I hear it.
I got a big
That's
CD
one of my
haul
favorite
today.
covers.
I went to CD
Which one?
Warehouse in Arlington. My buddy Danny works there. I'll put up flyers there, and they bought this guy's like entire CD collection. They're like, "Hey, there's these boxes of CDs, $5 a piece. There's a lot of metal in there." And Danny knows I've been wanting to buy some Typo Negative records lately, and there was a used October's Rust, so I got that. Got Life Is Killing Me, and then just perusing the boxes, I got 3 Wolves in the Throne Room albums. If you're not familiar with them, the uninitiated black metal out of the Pacific Northwest.
If you want Typo, I'll get you some Typo.
Oh no, I got 3 albums to fuck with now, so I'm good. I just
Okay.
need the CD in my car just to listen
If
through it
you want
all
some
the way through.
typo,
Because I
I'll
have all
write a
my.
report for you.
I,
And then I got a Melvins album
That's
called
it, man.
Bases Loaded, where they have like multiple bass players on
Yeah.
multiple songs.
Yeah,
And
Pink
also,
is-
and yeah,
That's
I
insane.
love the Melvins and I
You
love
see
baseball. So I
their
have
latest album title,
No.
Pincus Abortion Doctor.
to. Yeah, abortion.
Yeah, that came out last year.
Huh?
That came out last year.
Yeah, like a week or about a month ago, it came out. The
I went
Abortion
to
Doctor.
I went to an art show in Austin. I had a show down there.
Think so.
I went to an art show that Buzzo was at, and it was for like that album and all this art, all these prints that they had out because Buzzo and his wife will do art.
Yeah.
And I happened to be down in Austin doing a show, and they had an art, like it was at a little art complex. They had like a little art gallery, and then the back's kind of like warehouse space. And Buzzo played like 5 songs on acoustic. Literally closer to me than Jesse is right now.
Pincus Abortion was released on 4/20/2018.
Yeah, last year.
A little bit more than a month ago.
So, what's your
course I
favorite
put it on
Melvins
Bluetooth.
album?
I haven't listened to all of them.
Yeah.
I have.
I can't remember
owned,
the name
I
of
have the
mine.
ones I've owned and a lot. The one I own, Houdini.
Yeah, Houdini. Houdini's good.
Wait, no, I'm sorry.
The
I'm
one
sorry.
with the bit.
A Senile Animal.
Which
Has
one's the
some
one?
Great
Which one's the
fucking
bit
tracks
on?
on there.
Because the one with the bit is an.
That's
phenomenal-
Houdini.
Is
Wait,
it
wait,
Houdini?
wait. No,
I think it's the one.
might be wrong.
Stoner Witches is one I grew up on.
Yeah.
I love Stoner Witch.
The one I owned, just because I bought it randomly, and I think it was pretty new at the time, was a Senile Animal, and there were some great goddamn tracks. I think that's might have when they had 2 drummers.
Have you seen?
Was
Have
the
you seen
guy from
Pincus's other band, Honky?
No, I haven't.
They used to come through here
Yeah.
all the time and play with
I've
Whiskey
seen,
Dick.
I've
We're
seen
just
them-
talking about
I've seen
them
them on
outside.
some shows. I'm pretty sure they played
we
with the Beaumonts before. I love the,
Honky has.
I love the Beaumonts.
I
guys.
think
They're
they
great.
just played a show. Didn't Honky play at Lola's last with the Beaumonts?
Yeah.
And was the Methinks
Yeah, I
on
think-
the bill?
Yep.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
wanted to go to
They-
that, but I think I was working or had something else to do that night. But that was
You'll
seemed
ride.
awesome.
Yep. But that's another. The Melvins,
Oh,
they
yeah.
got a big ass catalog with not very many suck ass albums. Too.
I would say
You
they're
know what
not
I mean?
the right band for this type of list.
The one
because they
before,
have so much shit.
Pincus
It's
Abortion
so
Technician
weird
is really good.
sometimes.
But Death and Bolt Thrower in the same way. Like,
No, nobody released as many things as the Melvins have.
yeah.
I got a lot of
They got
stuff.
a lot of stuff.
And it's
Buzzo
a
has
lot of-
way too much time on his
Yeah. I think he's just one of those guys that freaking like I thought when he got signed to Ipecac when Ipecac got the Melvins.
Yeah.
I thought, well, the Melvins are just kind of this one of those end of the career deals where they're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna ink it and then put off a few. No, they fucking went to more work and have put out more stuff and have toured more. It's been great.
They're like, Buzzo, we didn't think we were gonna have to work this hard
I-
signing you.
Yeah,
could you
did
just
I-
pump the brakes a little
Were
bit?
we on the show when I was saying that some dude asked me the other day if that was an edgelord band? I'm like, fuck no. I
Oh,
go,
yeah,
there's no
yeah.
hipsters listening to Melvins are the real deal. They've been around forever. He's like, really? He goes, I didn't know that.
I don't even
He
know
goes,
what
I just thought there were
edgelord
some-
means.
It's like hipster metal.
I
and,
hate
like,
I hate that
hipster
so many
shit.
Nirvana fans will never ever hear the Melvins,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's such a disservice to what they've done. And I get it; they're not for everybody. They're not writing the fucking catchy shit. Even Nirvana, like even like thinking back, like damn, like that was catchy, but the shit Kurt was putting out there was still like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like especially compared to the milk toast bullshit, watered down bullshit we have now. But but everything the Melvins have done and continue to do,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, I feel they don't get the fucking respect that they should.
Yeah. And Buzzo, man, apparently if you run into him, he'll fucking shoot the shit
He
with you.
was-
He's
I-
a cool
I
dude
talked
and
to him.
everything,
He
like you
was
said.
as nice
Apparently
as
that's
could
he
be.
did that to a buddy of mine at I think Trees. They were in a tree, and like that's got to be a beating at some point touring.
Yeah,
and-
but he
got
walks
these
around
old
Elm
weird
all the time and
metalhead
does his own thing.
does he live
fans.
in Austin? Does Buzzo live there too?
Don't give me the line, because I
Mm.
see him all over the place.
It does seem like he's everywhere that you want to be, right?
Like,
Know what I mean?
a credit card,
Is it MasterCard?
Mastercard.
Yep.
We have gone long.
Yeah. I got to go home and go to bed, take my vitamins.
What?
Vitamins.
Put lead in a pencil.
You only need to take one. That's vitamin D. That's it. And that's not a sex reference. So
think it
get your
is.
mind out of the gutter. It helps your immune system.
So we're gonna have to push emails
B12.
to next week.
That's if anybody wants health advice from me, and I've had very little
Get your
issues.
vitamin D daily.
Vitamin D. That's all you
For
need.
Dingus.
Sure.
Ding
We have
dong.
Get your daily dose
5
of dingus,
emails.
and then take a vitamin D supplement.
We're going to push to next week.
Okay.
Also, give up soda.
We even have pictures in one of these. We're gonna have to
Okay.
give it up till next
Well,
week.
I'm gonna look at the picture.
Are you? Just gonna
Yeah.
Look at it.
Is it some vitamin D?
It'll make your vitamin D.
Yeah, for sure.
Doesn't even make any sense. All right, so
Well, it's good to be back, guys.
Brian, what's your schedule look
I'm
like?
out.
What is the
All right.
What is the full blown
Running through in January of 2019, Main at Southside's Laugh Your Mask Off comedy series. This Sunday, January 13th, Alex Price, headliner out of Indiana. That's a free show. Cash donations are encouraged.
Do those cash donations go in
to the comics?
your pocket?
So a little bit of it does, but more goes
You
to the
son
headline.
of a bitch.
Oh
Give it
yeah,
off the
I
top.
should totally just promote and these shows for free and use it all out of my own money. That's what I already do. But Wednesday, January 16th, Dave Stone from you've seen him on Craig Ferguson. You've heard him on the Boogie Monster podcast with Kyle Kinane. He'll be there. $9 advance tickets, $12 at the door. Sorry to have to charge for people. I really am, but I have a guaranteed I have to pay. Anyways,
How much was it?
What?
How much was it again?
$9 advance tickets, $12 at the door.
Okay.
Just pay at the door. It'll be fine. But Dave's totally fucking worth it, and he's great. And the next night...
That show starts at what time?
9. All these, except the last one talk about, start at 9.
Okay.
Then Thursday, January 17th, Patrick Cunningham. He's bringing a feature comic called Dual F. Aldridge, no relation to the band. But they're both out of Atlanta, Alabama area. That's a free show. Cash donations encouraged. Then Wednesday, January 23rd, Joe Tular, originally out of Austin, lives in Phoenix now. That's a free show as well. And then one thing that's really big and really cool, Friday, January 25th, Altercation Road Stories, featuring my buddy JT Habersat, who's basically the reason I know all these comics and able to do all the things I do, because he's a relentless, hardworking punk rock comic in his own right. He'll be coming up and doing road stories. It's kind of stand-up, but kind of just storytelling, but funny, because it's musicians. And it's JT, who's been on the road constantly throughout his comedy career. He's bringing Mike Wiebe of the Riverboat Gamblers, who's also a stand-up comic, but, you know, an amazing frontman for a great punk band. Didn't represent Austin right now. He'll be doing road stories. And then we also have Kyle Shutt from The Sword, guitar player, doing Doom Side of the Moon right now. He's done these shows with JT before, so he'll also be there.
Is it kind of like the Mike Judge thing, the animated stuff they're doing on Showtime, where they kind of do crazy stories from the road?
Possibly, but live and in person.
That's
and then
cool. That's cool as hell.
special guests, we got
Stubbs from the band Steadfast. Gonna tell his
No.
stories of touring? No.
Maybe next time.
Okay.
But we got Kyle and Cole of the Unlikely Candidates.
Nice.
Cole has been Kyle's great. Like one night he was telling me, give me all these props about my shows. Cole, I love Cole. He's been at a lot of Laugh Your Mask Off shows. If he's in town and not rocking the stage with the candidates, he is at a lot of shows. And Cole's been amazingly supportive of all this shit. And I was telling him about this show, and he was just like, dude, I got some fucking stories. And he recommended that him and Kyle, the singer of the Unlikely Candidates, for those who don't know, he's like, they kind of play well off each other. And he's like, we got a really fucking cool story I think we could tell, or two. They're going to do about, 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to have them come up and do like a set of them just
I want to
telling
see
a
this
story.
go down.
And then, opening the show will be Dirty Charlie, who's toured with JT before. He is
Justin Timberlake?
No, Dirty Charlie Marquez, originally from East Texas, lived in West Texas, where he befriended one Alan Brown. And I did not know that him and Alan were friends until I mentioned him one night. And he was just like, yeah, I know Dirty Charlie from, when Alan lived in Lubbock. And I was like, oh shit, well, he's coming through with JT. Dirty Charlie does satanic country songs. I have a shirt of his on the back that says Death to False Country. So Dirty Charlie will be opening up. He's also an amazing tattoo artist in his own right. But and he can fucking yodel, and
Does he sing about demons in your head?
pretty close. I think the
Joe
song
Buck?
Black Highway might cover that. But also, so we got
And
Cole
Hank-
and Kyle, the
Hank
Unlikely
3.
Candidates, and also we got Sam Anderson of the Quaker City Nighthawks also doing telling a road story of his own. So that'll be that one's the doors start at 9. The show will be at 10. So that'll be a little later show, but it's gonna be at 10.
What date is that?
That's Friday, January 25th.
Shit.
Then the next night, I'm seeing
wanna see this.
Thursday at Trees, because 19-year-old Brian still needs to see some bands he's never seen before.
Oh,
So-
do you
someone
already
go
do you
record
have
this
tickets
show.
already?
Oh, I bought my ticket a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh.
Go record that show for me.
You wanna sell it to someone? I can
What
probably
name
get you on
No,
the list.
No.
Okay, good. If
What
you're already
show?
good
The comedian one.
Because they're
where
doing
the
War all
stand-up
the
stories.
time.
and
Want me to go record it?
and full collapse.
Full collapse
Sir,
the night
that's
before, but
bootlegging.
I would kind of rather see War all the time, all
Yeah.
the way
It's
through.
against the law.
And then Vane is opening up.
They're opening for both nights.
Yeah. And man, there's this band, and everybody I know into heavy music is, and I dig them too. I saw them open up the Every Time I Die show, and I'm glad I can see them longer. Vane kind of like takes like metalcore and new metal, and everybody seems to like it. And I'm
Nice.
just like, there's this weird
They're
kind
like
of
Incendiary.
resurgence where
Incendiary's
it's,
the same way.
where it's kind of okay to be like, yeah, I dig some new metal. That's like, my buddies, shout out to the Death Metal Dicks podcast. These guys out of Arkansas. My buddies Chris Pierce and Buddy Lloyd. The huge death metal dudes. I had them at Laugh Your Mask Off on Father's Day. Not the best day to plan a show because it's Father's Day, and probably won't do that again. But hanging out with those dudes were fucking great. They're just both like weightlifters, full of tattoos, and just great. It turns out they found out into their friendship, this is total Arkansas thing, that they were half brothers. And they're already best friends and metalheads, and found out that they both have the same dad. Oh, yeah. And, long story short, they have a death metal comedy podcast together.
So their dad is
Why did
Jerry
I
Jones?
Oh,
Or
they
Bill
wish.
Clinton?
Oh, probably both. A little bit
A
mix
little
of
bit
each.
of both.
Probably Bill.
But
Little mix of both.
I don't know why I started mentioning those guys. But those guys are great. Chris Pierce is a great stand-up comic and funny fucking dude.
Well, coming
So,
out.
and then I got shows in the future after that. February 6th, got Avery Moore, Austin. I would even say Austin legend, even though.
Well, if you're
He's like-
local, you should see your flyers and posters and everything everywhere because they are everywhere.
God damn it, yeah. they
You
are
market
right
the
now.
shit out of this stuff, and it's a good job.
I haven't asked where they can't be. I was in the TCU area last night, and I didn't like. I'm vindictive. I'm shitty about a lot of things, but I'm not gonna like call out specifically. Sometimes anyways. There's a place in the TCU area I was at last night, and I saw in their thing they had a Fortress Fest flyer, they had a Granada flyer, and then I walk in, and I have put up flyers previously in this restaurant before, and then talk to the bartender. She sends me the manager, and I'm like, "Hey, I do these shows
Get the
over
fuck
at
out of here! Don't ever put anything up ever again."
Close. He was just like, "Well, we don't allow flyers that promote other bars and venues." And I was like, "You got the Granada flyer out there," and he was just
Radius close.
but he was like, he's like, "Well, that they don't have a bar." I'm just like, "Yeah, they do.
They
I've
have
spent
6 of them.
I've spent
Drink
plenty
there.
of money
Yeah.
at that bar myself. They have a bar," and he was like, "It's not my decision. It's the
5.
owners." I was just like, yeah, I get it." And I took a picture of it, put it on social media,
She said,
and
"Okay, we're done here."
just like allow everything or nothing. Like there's so many different flyer.
That's why you keep a
variations.
Molotov cocktail in your coat.
I don't
When they
know
start
how
giving you
ours
lip,
has
you just pull it out and
withstanded like the tagging that happened at
No,
Dan Silverleaf.
Because
is
crimes in the
still
TCU
effect.
area are actually prosecuted because of the rich Christian
No,
ethic.
they're
over
not. They
there.
can't even find the rapist.
I thought
Oh,
they did
yeah,
find
that
that
is-
cat.
Did they?
Mm.
I thought they did. The one that was a few years ago? Or is there a new one?
I didn't think they had.
I think you're confusing them with Baylor.
No, they found all the Baylor ones. They were on the football team and
My-
basketball team. And
No, the murderers were on the basketball
When all the
team.
Baylor shit went
There
down,
you go.
my aunt, whose daughters went to Baylor, or one of them did, she blamed it was through the football program, through sexual assault, rape allegations, and all that.
Yeah.
She blamed that on the liberal professors. And I was
Oh,
just
dear.
like, I can't have this conversation right now. I'm like, I don't know how you're going to try to connect those dots, but yeah,
That's why Koresh
That's
was right.
That's what.
Yeah.
His manifesto is greatness. Go read David Koresh's manifesto. It's perfect. Bedtime
Fact.
material.
You know, McVeigh was
Facts.
over there protesting the Waco.
Yep.
things.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. He was out
He's
there
a good
selling bumper
comedian.
stickers.
Timothy McVeigh.
Yeah.
His stand-up sets are amazing.
Damn.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
It's been fun.
It's been fun.
Thanks for coming by, Brian.
Yeah.
Come back
Everybody-
again,
fun.
maybe sooner. You were 74 weeks since
Let's
your
go.
last show.
Let's go, Cowboys.
I'm around, man.
Dallas
I have
Cowboys.
Nothing more to do than to promote
Saturday.
my bullshit.
L.A. We're gonna fuck you
Check
up.
out the Laughter Massoff Facebook page, the Instagram page. Support
Fuck you,
live
LA.
comedy. Come see your local comics.
to
Come
swim.
check out touring comics who
Learn to
need
swim.
fan base. Come check them out
Learn to
before they're
swim.
too expensive to see when
Yeah.
I can't afford them anymore.
And
Which
fuck you,
luckily
L.A.
hasn't happened yet.
Dallas gonna fucking get in that ass.
Good
And one up a Snickers
night.
wrapper and throw it on the ground.
Y'all get home safe.
Beat
Peace.
that dick with a fucking dumpster.
Good night. Jeez. Why'd you get so violent at the end?
I don't know.
God. All right. I'm going to stop this.
I like ending the show in